All right, thank you everybody for hanging out with us here at ASV Collectibles on a Saturday evening. I really appreciate everybody jumping in on stream. Those that are in watching, those that will be jumping in, thank you very much. Make sure you get in the chat, ask your questions. We'll be talking about a lot of things today. I do have a prototype image. I don't have one on me, but a prototype image I will be showing today. It's only one image, but it looks really good, and I think a lot of DC fans are going to love this particular image. But we got our boy Marcos Mora in the house. Thank you for jumping on the stream. Legend Lane, as always, man. Really appreciate you coming on. And we get to see Legend today because his camera.
I'm bricked up. I'm bricked up. You know,
we're just so So super excited for this unboxing today. It's a custom Havok, obviously on the
best summer brother.
Yes, Cyclops' brother, and Cable's uncle, and we can keep going on and on. But I do like this version of him. Don't get me wrong, I love the classic version, but this suit and this.
I'm just surprised they didn't do the Goblin Prince version of him in that outfit.
Yeah. I mean that would be interesting if they did, but I think the way this particular piece came out, there is a few caveats to it. The more and more I look at the image and stuff, so once we pull it together, bring it out. We'll discuss it like we always do every Saturday. We got Juan Ortega, so let me just go in the comment section to see who's here. Canavera 24 is in the house. Mr. Popo, thank you, Mr. Popo.
I was about to say, were we about to enter the Popo verse?
Yeah, we are in the Popo verse right now. So
I just want to join you too, Popo. I know, it's early-ish in the morning.
I know. I'm just feeling weird here because you guys are both in the Popo verse right now because you guys got Polystone behind you, and I just have, I've got a picture of myself and my sister when we were little kids. We went to Missouri and we got ourselves dressed up in Civil War outfits and everything for a retro black and white picture. That was done when I was 12, I think, or 13.
Oh, exactly. So no wonder he threw me off. Mr. Michaels has changed his.
Okay.
No wonder I'm like, who that?
He probably got, on the chat, he probably maybe got sniped in real life. He's like, I'm changing my name even more now. More on the cover.
Yeah. He's just like, I can't.
Go ahead, Leif.
I can't tell you guys how many people I had confused when I switched my name because, which was funny, is because that was my name on my account for the first 5 or 6 years that I had a YouTube account, and then I switched it to and then someone told me, hey, you really should probably not have your actual name on there. If someone hacks your account or something. So I changed it. So
they can
then I threw everybody out.
Shit on it, so they ain't nothing important on my account. You guys got, and my boy Juan Ortega's in the house too. So thanks guys for jumping in and hanging out with us here Saturday. We'll get this prototype up and running. Marcos has a bunch of stuff he wants to talk about, Lane as well. It's going to be a fun Saturday evening. I did go to a convention today for those of you that enjoy Pokemon cards and different types of cards. It was actually a card convention and an anime / something convention. Yeah. They were next to each other. And there was actually 2 voice actors signing. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything that they did, but each of them had they did 30 different voice. Bleach, I think. A couple of other ones, and these were Caucasian voice actors. So I'm sure they did all the dub stuff. But it was pretty cool seeing them because I've never really gone to a convention where I see them. E-Man's in the house. What's up, E-Man? Thank you.
Man.
Coming on, E-Man. So that was kind of cool. It was interesting. My daughter loved it. She went through, got a bunch of Pokemon cards, all this stuff. Nice. I was actually very surprised at the cost of each of these cards. In hindsight, Lane, I think, back in 1998, 99, when they first started coming out, I should have kept all of them.
Yeah.
Just collected and
it's funny. Back in the day when you guys were youngins, there was that one dork that kept his comic pristine, mint condition. What a loser not reading it. And I look at him, he's selling that for I saw something was sold for $9 million or something like that this weekend.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A Superman 1 comic, it was an 8.5 CGC, but obviously Superman 1, so from the 40s. So that thing sold for $9 million. Congrats.
Yeah, crazy stupid. Yeah. I don't know how they value these things. Looks like just see, next week. I think I might be able to. Michael, he's got the T800 exoskeleton from Prime One. He wants me to unbox with him. So yeah, maybe we'll do an unboxing next week out there where Michael's at.
We've got a bunch of unboxes. No one's seen his face. No one's seen my face. Like I said,
I think they did like half. Like he was like half like this.
You know what I think it is? I think he may be an undercover agent at this point. I think he's like Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible, saving the world, but he can't have his face in the YouTube channels. That's what I think it is.
Potentially you might be right, or he's running from something, and he just doesn't.
That could be true. He could be the opposite side of the law too.
He could be on the opposite side,
He could be like El Chapo's like right hand man. Dude. Like, what do you do, like?
He's like, how is he getting all these grails? He's like
that little Colombian Bam Bam money. That's what he's got right now.
Yeah, Michael Chapo Reyes. I don't know. It sounds about right. That might work. I don't know. Beloved guy, man. Great person. Great family. Great collection. So yeah, excited. I'll let you know, Michael. Michael's supposed to pick up some module cases too. So I'm see if I can give him a hand in the truck and go grab them for him. Let's see. What does it say here? Oh my God! Look who's in the house.
Oh.
Mr. So Much 3D is in the house.
Uh-oh.
And every week this guy comes on, his stash gets thicker and thicker. I don't know if he's an undercover actor that we don't know about. I'm not sure if there's a page somewhere that we need to know about. But Mr. Roger from So Much 3D. Oh shit!
Oh, whoa! Take it easy over there, Burt Reynolds. Calm down.
Man, some aviators running there.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I've been holding back my my dirty cop look for a long time, man. So it's back in full effect.
You look fully like a cop, 100%. Like with that stash, you look.
Yeah, Paul Bart. He's the partner of Paul Bart. Yeah, that or his stunt double.
There were so many other references you could have made in that one. You didn't.
He's a hero, Roger. He's a hero.
Is he stunt double?
I'll take it.
Like Tom Cruise and what's his name when they did that skit on SNL? Ben Stiller. I don't know if you ever remember that when they did that skit.
Oh yeah.
I'm a stunt double. We finish each other's sentences. Yeah. I don't know if you see that.
There's a black shirt, right? They had the black
shirt.
Yeah.
Freaking hilarious.
Yeah, sorry for better late than never, right? Sorry for being late. I didn't want to miss the unboxing and stuff like that. I don't know how long I can stay tonight, but I definitely wanted to be here for the unboxing.
No, I appreciate you being here, period. So that's
he's becoming a regular, Will. He's becoming a regular, So
no, he is a regular. He's just, he's just there.
Yeah, sometimes I'm AWOL life and things like that. I was literally helping a friend move today, so how moving days are, right? So I had already a pretty full day. But at the same time, like I said, I still wanted to be sure I got in some time to catch up with my bros.
Well, we got to make sure we have more full hair representation on the channel here. Because we can't. We can't.
You're right.
You got the full hair. You've got the 97% hair, and then you've got the.
You got zero, and then you got what?
Zero, and you got the 15%.
Stanza, right?
But bunch of the different hair minority cover.
There you go.
I love Marcus's Eddie Munster Little Widow's Peak there, man.
Well, awesome. Wow, I had thought about that, but actually now when you point that out,
Eddie Munster.
Holy crap! I didn't think about that, but that is kind of Eddie Munster. Damn, that holy shit! I didn't think. Oh my God, no! I'm thinking of it now in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, he does have hair like Eddie Munster. Oh my God. I'm really looking at it
delicious
now.
hair. Everybody loves it, all right? Everybody wants my hair.
Yeah, that's good, man. Keep it long so it's gone, buddy.
Yeah, keep it long until it's gone.
Better to have
ain't gonna go. My grandpa was 88 years old, full set of white hair. I'm like, I'm good, baby. Yeah. I'm good.
Better to have Eddie Munster hair than Pugsley hair.
Man, there we go.
Nobody wants that.
You don't want that one strand like that alfalfa or whatever it is. No.
Yeah, the little rascals. Oh my God, we're going way beyond any of us being even conceived.
So this particular statue, for those that don't know, it was a kit. I think they only did like 20, maybe 30, and it had to be painted. So you either painted it yourself, or actually, I'll take a look underneath the base, see how many units were actually made. So this particular piece was painted by Gabriel Pasqualone. So if anybody knows him, check out his paint studio. He's on Facebook. I can try to put a link in there later on. But he does amazing paint. This piece is amazingly painted. But like last week, Roger and I, we talked about preferences on how we would like to see our particular pieces painted. So we'll go through it. We'll dissect it like we always do. And I'll just give my opinions. Roger, obviously, with his over 2 decades of experience in CG, sculpting, painting, all that good stuff, I'm pretty sure he'll get a better breakdown than I can. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. These work kits, you'd have to get them painted for yourself. So let me start pulling some of these things out of here. If there's anything you guys want to talk about while I'm doing it, more than happy to go for it. All right. And I believe we have one more guest coming in about 10, 15 minutes. You know, father of life, he's got to put the kids to bed. He's got to take care of the tax, and he'll be in shortly. So thanks, guys.
But as an intro for this piece, just tell you a little bit about the artist. Victor Hugo did this piece. He's a bit of a badass in CG and 3D. Done some pretty awesome pieces in the past. Just started off, obviously, I think like a lot of us, in doing his own pieces, and getting a little bit of notoriety from that, to eventually getting his hand on some licensed pieces. You might have seen his Sentry. His Sentry is kind of the one you see a lot of that he did, where it has like I think it had the head swap outs for the dark one, and it had like the one with the tentacles in the mouth and stuff. Like he did that one. He also did work with I think the legendary beast Venom that's coming out. He did that.
Nice. That's a good one.
He also did the sideshow MODOK, which was crazy. The size of the MODOK is nuts. I can't believe they went ham and let that piece actually exist. Like the way that, like, as big as a 1/4 scale as the way it came out. I think he also did the LBS. I think that I think you guys remember, there was, I don't think it is LBS, but there was that kit that came out that had Batman, and it had like a big Joker diorama head next to it. Like it was a 4/4 scale Batman with like a big Joker head next to it.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, he did that. And oh shit, the Darkstalkers Morgan Temptress one, where he's got it's called Temptress of Desire, where it's got Morgan and has I forgot the other character behind him. The
one from Supercraft.
Yeah, he did that one too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So he's a big time then.
Yeah, he's got some. I guess he's got some really good pieces. He's got a lot of variety in pieces, which is something I really like about his work. Like you could look at a lot of his pieces, and you're not going to be able to tell right off the bat. You can probably see some traits that are reminiscent from one piece to another. Like if you took a look at his art station, you can see maybe across a few pieces. But for the most part, there's enough variety there that if you look at his artwork, it's hard to distinguish and say that this artist did that, because he's got pretty varied skill sets, and he's good at making different types of faces, different types of proportions, and all that.
Man, those pegbols are wild, man. They're like deep and like, weird angles.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. Like, see that?
Yeah.
Deep and like that, like the weird angles. But if it works, more power to him.
Personally, I like keys like that, because that gives me like quality assurance and knowing that's not going to slip out. That's not going to be tapped and move. I sometimes get pieces that have very shallow pegs, so you worry sometimes about things getting moved, or if you graze past it might fall out. Those aren't coming out.
Dude, my Deadpool XM piece by Daniel Bell, which is like my favorite Deadpool piece I have. That thing is literally, the peg is this big, and it's holding 1/4 Deadpool and a unicorn. It's like that big. It's insane, but it's still like, I'm looking at it right now. Like if you blow in that direction, it's gonna move, but it's solid, man. For some reason, it is.
So as for this piece, it's always X-Men. Doing X-Men pieces these days, or anything X oriented, I'm always trying to pay attention to what's done with the base. mainly because it's the main complaint we all have. It's like always a sentinel hand or always something sentinel oriented, right? It's like always a hand. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, or danger room.
Yeah. Those are the two things you see, right? So I like to see when someone takes a little bit more, creative approach and maybe.
There's a sentinel head though on that, right? I think
No, so I contacted the commissioner on this and asked him about these robots here. He said it's not canon to anything; they're just random robots.
Okay.
They're not sentinels, even though they give you sentinel vibes.
There's purple and like obviously like what would be metal.
It's got the purple on there. I just showed you guys up close. I love the small details. People add. See, we got Mr. Rupp in the house. There he is.
Hey, there he is.
Man, for joining us, man. Appreciate you coming in.
No, thank you. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're good, man.
It's fine. Don't never let it happen again. That's it. That's the one time.
Embarrassing.
Dude, I'm only saying that because I was late too. Okay, so don't worry about it.
Oh, thank God. Do you have toddlers too?
No. So I like that detail of the oil draining from here because that's what it's giving me. So those small details are very good. There are a few things I would like to change on this base in terms of the colors. But there are some like different tagging on here, like stencil inside the metal. I can't really read it. It says like unit C01 or something. Then there's fuse ZL7A. That's why I asked the commissioner. I was like, hey, what is this unit C01? What? They're like, it's just a random robot we put in there. So, yeah, but we'll talk about what's going on here with the base. It is quite heavy. I would say maybe about 15 pounds or so. Having to hold it from the camera off the side doing that is a number on my back. But let's go ahead and let's get the body going.
Like not Harry Potter. My gosh, Peter Parker, Spider-Man 2. Remember my back.
Oh yeah, the whole school Peter.
Oh yeah, the real Peter.
The real Peter.
There you go. How you doing, Jacob?
I don't think I've watched that movie in like 15 years.
What's that?
I need to watch that again. I don't think I've seen Spider-Man 2 in 15 years.
It's good movie, man. It's the best one in the whole trilogy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But the most fun one is easily, I don't know, Spider-Man 1's fun, man. Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe is hilarious. And then obviously Spider-Man 3 is absolute comedy. It's straight comedy. So it's amazing. Like, it's amazing. I love it. I don't know, man. The whole trilogy is amazing. But Spider-Man 3 has a special place in my heart of just, it's pretty bad, but I love it.
Yeah, I can't stand that movie.
Yeah, it's not good. I'll say that. It's not, but dude, if you watch it like drunk with friends, it's one of the best experiences you ever have.
I went into that movie really having high hopes. So I went to the movie in 2007 with anticipation of seeing an awesome movie, and
it was not that. It was not that. It was a middle finger from Sam Raimi basically to the studios. Like, okay, you make me do everything that I don't want to do. All right,
you're gonna make me put Venom in there. Fine.
Yep. We got Bully Maguire. Here we go.
Dude, like as soon as they cast Topher Grace, I was like, I'm out.
Yep, that was a horrible casting.
Like, how's that dude supposed to be a bully to Peter Parker? Man, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Versus Tobey Maguire. I mean, Toby was never like, Toby was never like, looked like he would crush your head with his bare hands. But next to Topher Grace, next to Eric Foreman.
Dude, like I didn't know, like it was not like those. I want to take your lunch money kind of vibe,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, yeah. Eric. I mean, that was like, Topher Grace next to Kelso. At least Kelso, you think could probably beat up Eric if he didn't run face first into a wall or something.
Not emo look of Walton, but I do give the Greaser look for sure. Like the 1960s, Walter Travolta. I get that look sometimes. Gotta get the.
Oh no, dude, those guys were really cool. I saw Outsiders. There's no way you're hanging out with Tom Cruise.
I gotta get the females what they want. All right.
There's no way you're standing next to Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise. Get out of here.
Tom Cruise had fucked up teeth at that time, though, so he wasn't that good looking. So.
I'll get that. One of the best cats out of any movie.
Hold on, guys, real quick. Just a question, Williams. Do you know what era this is from? Havok's costume supposed to be based off of? Any idea? No. I don't expect you do, but this looks like his 80s. This looks like his one of either maybe one of his.
No, because he doesn't. This particular piece doesn't have those like energy thing.
Yeah.
So it
this looks like maybe because it does. It's not his X Factor look that he had for quite a while.
No. I think they took some liberties with it.
It reminds me kind of his like when he was in the alternate universe, Mutant X and everything. He had kind of this little like this black suit where it was like inspired by his old one from the 80s, but it was a little bit more simplified out and everything, more like a straight black suit with just the big circle in the middle of it. So you think that this may be more like an inspired suit more than
it kind of looks like his Access look. If you look at I'm looking up right now his different costumes that he's worn. It's like a combination of his classic look,
right?
But also a combination of what was done during Access.
Well, this does resemble the X-Force also because he was in the X-Force a little bit. This recent issue, not this recent, but last year they did the X-Force with Cable where he's kind of running from everybody, and and this looks like the outfit that he had, but I have to refresh my memory. I didn't ask.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now because like this design came out 2 years ago, so and it does look like I look at it at the ArtStation version of it, and it does have the chrome crossbar over the top of his head. Yeah, that's a lot like the look from his. So
what I'll do is I'll get the. It does have it on the portraits, but it's not protruding up high. I'm thinking that
that's the classic one. The classic one is that one.
Yeah. So this unit has four portraits, 2 masked, 2 unmasked. Well, 2 masked, 1 unmasked, and 1 kind of semi-masked. So we can kind of research that. And they're also swap out arms. So these 2 swap out arms here, there is no pegs for the energy that he's utilizing, and then the other 2 arms have the pegs for the separate energy. So you can display them like this with no energy, or you can have the larger energies on the side, the rings, or you can have just all energy. So I'll do the portraits right now first, and we'll go through all the portraits, and then we can check out the swap outs for it. But I do believe this paint has an effect with the black light, so I got a black light right there. So we'll double check it and check it out when.
Oh, that's cool.
When we do it, but I think it's not like the Brainiac where we put the black light and take it away and it still glows. So it's not a glowing effect.
You have to do it with it on, I guess.
Yeah, you have to do it with it on. So let's go with the first portrait here.
Yeah, and what's up, John? Thanks for joining the show. And then Jacob, obviously,
everyday collector
in the chat. And then Michael, my good friend, he's on Godlike Statues always. What's up, man? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, that's definitely this look here.
Yeah, that's a good portrait. That looks like kind of like what's his name? Who's the guy that screens? He was in
Banshee? I'm sorry, Banshee?
Not Banshee. Oh my gosh, Black Bolt.
Oh, Black Bolt.
He looks like Black Bolt. And that portrait, I would say. Or am I tripping? I don't know. I'm not the biggest X-Men guy out there outside of Nightcrawler and Deadpool, and Wolverine.
It looks cool. I like the skin tones on it. It's cool.
Yeah, skin tones look really good.
Wow, you guys are racist, dude. Like the skin tones are white. Come on now.
We gotta go there.
I'm just kidding.
Why is anyone got to do that?
There's always someone in the room, dude. It's always got to do that.
Superheroes in the house. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get this other portrait in. This one's probably going to be my favorite one. This one right here. It'd be nice to build a portrait stand because they all actually look really damn good.
Man, I'll tell you what, like one of the things that I pay attention to a lot is when people, take their liberties with making facial expressions for characters or creating specific facial expressions. You guys don't understand sometimes how hard it is to nail a good facial expression that feels natural, looks good, has the right folds on the cheek, on the what's it called? I can give you the actual terminology for the muscle, but basically the laugh marks and making those dig in just right. I've seen some really jank looking facial expressions that make you wonder like what exactly reference they were looking at. But this is pretty awesome. And this, we always see Havok, and a lot of times does have a rage face, right, with his mouth open, with all the circle energy going on around him. So that's pretty cool.
This one's like that half kind of give me that Gambit vibe mask.
Yeah, that's one of his more modern.
Dang, he's looking kind of cute right there, man.
Yeah,
He's kind of cute, man. God.
Yeah, he's just look
at that jaw.
Look at that smolder. Look at that smolder.
That's what I'm saying. You got the little butt chin too. Go ahead, King. Do you?
Marco's getting semi right now just by looking.
I gotta go to. I just like the last week with the box. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
That's a good hair sculpting, man. That's good. That's good stuff. Like, okay, so you can always tell. I love when people pay attention to like hair anatomy. It's a thing when you have like really broad forms, secondary forms, and they still have enough room to put detail in for individual strands. When it all comes together, it looks pretty sick.
Yeah, this is not having a light up function.
Really good too. There's highlighting. There's just remember when we're looking at that. I hate to go back to it, and I'm not trying to shit on someone's work, but there's the difference that we saw in looking at the Warlock sculpt. Right? Remember the paint job they saw on the hair a couple weeks ago?
Which I'm glad this guy is blocking that horror from my face right now. Realizing.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nickelback.
Yeah, no,
Nickelback. Warlock.
That paintwork on that.
Again, I'll stop right there. No one's hair seam is that perfect, man. Like that little things like that get on my nerves. It's like perfectly symmetrical.
Roger, Nickelback says though.
You know what? Now I gotta try to find a fan of Nickelback for me to sell this damn thing.
They're out there. I'm pretty sure you can find Facebook groups dedicated to it.
I used to shit on Nickelback all the time back in the day. They're not that bad now. They remind me of the early 2000s.
Yeah, like everybody's liking Creed again too, and that shit was awful back then also. So
no, it's not
awful. Don't talk bad about Creed now.
Don't talk shit about Creed.
Don't talk shit about Creed.
Dude, the Latino community backs Creed always. We love Creed.
All right.
Dude,
can you take me?
Scott Stapp literally was on a bicycle, drunk as fuck, going to assassinate Obama, driving from like the West Coast, and his wife had to call the police. So I mean, that happened.
Yeah, he was like alcoholic and barred out, was he not?
Yes.
Dude, the fact that like
the hair actually
Birds had beef cracks me up, man. Like the two biggest douche canoes in the 2000s having beef, that's hilarious. And being in the same tour.
I wish he could just take you higher. I know you're in your own prison right now. 100%. You know what I mean? And you're kind of torn.
To be fair, My Own Prison is a great song. And when it came out in 98, I heard that shit and I was like, damn, this is powerful stuff. All 18 years of me, right? We're like, man, this is great. And then he discovered leather pants and started like flying above crowds. And I was like, okay, all right.
You got to grease up those pants too with leather pants. You got to grease them up, man. It's tough.
Roger, you're just jealous. Like
he is jealous. Yeah.
You got the stash. The next step is leather pants, dude.
Thank you, dude. Bro, hey, Jacob, thank you.
That's a different demographic.
He got the stash. He thinks he's different now. He thinks
he's literally joining the village people at this point now. Leather pants with my mustache is not going to be anything close to.
I don't know. You need to go back to like 91, 92 Bono and U2 stuff, and he was wearing some leather pants and stuff. You could probably pull that off.
Bono was damn cool in the 90s, man. Like he was like everybody liked Bono, right? Everybody liked U2. Baby is a great album.
Real quick, Will, is there any light up feature to this at all?
No.
This piece? Okay, I didn't think so.
But it'd be cool if it did.
Yeah, because the chest lighting up would be really awesome.
Real quick, guys. Grada, thank you for joining the show. He has some go to his channel, Grada HQ. He has some great reviews over mainly LBS pieces, but other pieces as well. But
awesome.
They're very high quality. Honestly, they're amazing. So. Go check his channel.
Thank you for hanging out and checking us out. At least I really appreciate you jumping in, and we'll most definitely check out your page. I'm very curious to see the stuff that you got going on.
It's really good, man. It's like Spielberg doing a statue unboxing. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
You really built that one up, man. Like
game. I got to step up my game.
I'm going over for a 4K review.
So I went 1080 now. I'm paying for it, so it's 1080 now. Okay.
There we go.
Paying for it. So these are the energy rings. There's 4 of them. They go up in scale. Then his hands have energy rings, but not these particular ones. I'll bring the other ones over. They are a little bit different on some of the outside. So this pegged in fairly well. It's a little loose, but it pegged in well. I do wish that this did have a light up feature, this energy ring down here. His body would have it too, but engineering wise and cost for it, it'd probably been too much, especially because it came in the kit. So they're not gonna do all that stuff for just a kit.
Yep. Walton, I'm kind of with you. I'm gonna say my piece at the end, but like the hot metal looks kind of.
Walton, like I can't unsee that shit now. Thanks a lot, man. Like, and not just Cheetos, but flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah,
flaming hot. There we go. The flaming hot.
The question is, how does this damn thing go?
That's one thing that's tough about custom pieces, like the how to put things together.
Like a glove.
Yeah. Trying to figure it out, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
2 hours later. He's an old guy, guys. Give him some time. His back's hurting. He's
my back's killing me.
My back.
I'll figure this out here soon.
Hey, speaking of hero stuff, and for any of you guys here on the panel or who are in chat, if you guys are a superhero fan, and you do any gaming, you need to go get Dispatch by some developers who did the old Telltale games. That game, Dispatch, I just beat it for the second time this morning.
Damn,
going through some of the different storylines. Dispatch is one of the best superhero games of anything, especially story-wise and everything, that I have seen in quite a long time. Like, it is that good. I'm like, please do some statues of these characters.
Okay, Lane, I would 100%. I would just say this: I would 100% believe you, but you also said Superman got raped in the comic, and it wasn't true. So I don't know where to go with this.
He did.
I don't know where to go with you on this. I don't know.
On the subject of the game, the art resembles a lot like Invincible. Looks cool.
It does. It does.
Yeah, the voice acting is fantastic. Sarah Laura Bailey, who's a long time veteran, she plays the Visigow, who's my favorite character. She is probably the most popular character, except for Malovala, who is a giant, like 6 foot tall demon woman. She's playing to a certain, as she actually literally says the dialogue in the game at one point. She is a lot of people's fetish. Like literally, she says that in the game. But you can't romance her character, but apparently, if they do a sequel, like a lot of people are saying, we want to be able to romance this character in the second game.
Hey, well, I blame Mass Effect, right? I think Mass Effect was like the one that really kind of triggered the ability to do so. I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but
bro. I beat the Combatant trilogy like 30 or 40 times.
Yeah, it's a great series. Yeah.
That's like by far.
Expect the original ending to 3. Except the original ending 3 was
okay. Yeah, I heard. I didn't finish. I didn't finish 3. I still have it here.
Just buy the Legendary Edition when it's on sale for like $8, and that's the.
Well, it's like $5 right now, Legendary Edition.
Yeah.
And just the top lane on it, I beat all 3 of them in veteran mode. So I killed.
I beat them all. I beat them all, and I can link you the achievements for Insanity.
In the first game, who did you let die?
Oh, almost always Kaden.
Yeah,
boring. Kaden's the most boring character in that.
Yeah, he had to get got.
Yeah, I mean, except for the one where he was the main love interest for my female shepherd.
Sure.
Like he died. Like I'm even if Ashley could be a little racist, I was like, Yeah, but she's way more interesting. Even though I did kind of kill her a couple times later. But yeah, no. The funny thing is in that game, Pete David probably is one of maybe my favorite voice in what he does.
Yeah.
Sanders, like he's so good in that. I mean, he's just really good.
He's fantastic. Like, yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Lane, what is that game you're talking about? The Superman game, superhero game? I'm sorry.
Dispatch. It's like $30. It's by Ad Hoc, which is made up of developer from Telltale Games. The only thing that kind of sucks is in it is really there's like a hacking minigame you do sometimes that is really not very much fun. It's a little, it does add some, like a little bit of challenge here and there. It's not anything, but like if you don't want to be able, if you just want to be able to more enjoy the story and stuff, where you don't have to worry about failing those things because it can affect some stuff in the main story, like you can turn it off so you still have to figure it out, but you won't, like there's no time limit like there is for some of this stuff and everything. My first playthrough I didn't, but I hated the hacking minigame so much. I still did the QTEs, but I just said I don't want to fail these again because I had no fun with them.
This dude comes with like 18 hula hoops, man.
Yeah, I know. This is like.
Yeah, Walton said it best, man. He's like, this seems super unfun to put together.
The color coordinated thing, I can't imagine a piece that would have benefited more from having some color coordination.
Yeah, all you have to do is red, and like yellow. It's not that hard too. So
yeah, and it always
in the kit you said though, right, Rail? So I get it to an extent.
Well, it always irritates me when they don't.
How many of those circles are there?
It's like 5 of them, right?
4 of them, but they didn't color coordinate it, so it's.
And Will's also, like he's like kind of,
special.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I don't want to get canceled.
He's simple.
Hey,
a smoke brain.
He's of mice and men, Lenny.
They really just called him. What was his name? Simple Jack. There you go.
There you go. Simple Jack.
Hey, let's not
make me happy. Yeah, that's Will.
Let's not go too far. All right, let's respect Simple Jack.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. AFB will be turned off probably tomorrow. So we have appreciated all our time with you guys. Thank you.
Let's say that. Like the movie said, you never go full.
No, stop.
Full. Said full something.
Slow down.
Marcos is
in the YouTube. I'm going to send a link to the actual 3D. I mean, this is a link to the 3D.
Let's
click on that. That's the ArtStation post or image of it together.
Can you send it to me, Roger, and I can put it up on the.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh shoot! I think I got it.
Okay, he's got it. Maybe you didn't. He got it.
I'm trying to get that pegged in, but apparently she don't want to go. There it goes.
We have some deep pegs. Get some deep pegs, man. Deep pegs.
I'm not even saying anything.
No diddy.
Come on, man. I thought we were PG over here.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, man. It went in, but then it came out.
That's what she said.
Dude, I was just about.
I don't normally go into that mode. I don't normally.
I was so quick right here. That's what she said. Right here, Lane. I was so quick to do this.
Yeah, love it.
I will say that super big circle though, man. I don't know. It looks a little, flimsy looking there.
That's what she said.
That's what we say that too about LeBron as well.
Whoa!
Shots fired.
Yep. And the fact that we got what? We got 40 minutes in before the first
LeBron
crack.
First LeBron shot fired. All right, I think I got it, guys.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
It was actually the one that's in there a little bit more tighter. I think that's the way it worked. It's supposed to be in. They all pegged in, so I'm gonna say yes. So there's that. I'm going to switch over to the portrait I like most. So I'll take this one off.
Let's see if it's the one I think.
Classic.
It's the screaming portrait. And then we have
that's his face. Yeah. Look at that.
So I'm going to show you the difference between the two arms here. So the one that we'll get the rings on is this one. It's got some chrome and black. And then this is the one that was on there right now. So as you can see.
Like all black?
There's all black and all chrome. Not sure why they went with not being able to use the energy on this one. I would have liked to have the energy on all the black. But as you can tell right there, there's pegs for the energy. And probably somewhere back here on the bottom, I think, as well. Somewhere around there. So I'll figure that out. So I'm going to pull the hands off that don't have the energy. And I'll get those. Hopefully I can figure this one out. So I'll grab this tube. Let's see. Energy beams here real quick. Okay. They're just like the larger rings. Just a little bit smaller, and there's multiple rings to it. There. So I can see there's a peg right here.
So Lee, who hoping? That's what he's doing.
There's that one. And then this one also has two sets of pegs.
Last week, I thought, because due to the movies, though, it was that his powers are red. But I think Lane said, and you said, Will, too, his powers are blue. So I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you watch the X-Men First Class, I think they are blue. Yeah.
That's one of the best X-Men movies we ever had, too. That's really good.
So that peg's in right there, as you can see it. Just like that. I'll just kind of bring it in.
You thought First Class was the best X-Men movie?
No, I didn't say the best. I said one of the best. One of the best. Stop. Logan is the best X-Men movie of all time. There's not even close. And then Deadpool 1,
pretty good with
Deadpool 1, Deadpool 3, Deadpool 2. That's
X-Men United was the best. Of the first three, X-Men United is the best one. The second one?
Yes.
Stop.
What? X-Men 1's pretty good. X-Men 3 is trash.
Just please rewatch it again. It's.
I don't need to. I saw when it came out, and I saw
the second one with Nightcrawler is badass as hell, dude.
That's X-Men 2. That's X-Men 2. That's X-Men 2. X2.
Okay, so X-Men 2, X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past.
Hold up.
Logan.
Every Deadpool movie is better than any X-Men movie.
Stop it. Logan.
What's that shitty one with Ivan Ooze?
That's fucking Power Rangers, bro.
Apocalypse.
Power Rangers, dude.
I don't even mention that movie. That movie is such a travesty.
It looks just like Ivan Ooze Apocalypse did.
This is the worst. I can't imagine worse creative decisions for Apocalypse than that movie. The fact that yeah, he does. He looks like Ivan Ooze. Like when they put the pictures side by side, it's 100%. It's 100%. Yeah, he's a Power Rangers villain at best.
He does look
100%.
Yeah, he's purple versus blue, a dark blue.
I can't imagine. Yeah, like they showed there was some test head bust that they did of Apocalypse that didn't make it to actual sculpting or actually building them, actually building the piece and stuff, or what they could have with prosthetics. Dude, they had it 100% of what Apocalypse looks like, and they completely went with another design. And yeah, it was horse shit, absolute horse shit. And the fact that they teased him so good at the end of Future Past, man, even more frustrating.
Will, can I kick JoJo out of the stream?
Wow, that's pretty bold, man. Pretty bold.
I mean, I wouldn't like to kick him out, but he's not wrong either. So I'm just
Deadpool bottom three.
First movie in comic history to make over $800 million. So put some.
It made $1 billion, and it gave us R-rated movies for already makes it a pretty good movie to kind of to give us.
It was made for a nickel and a dime, and it made over $800 million. So fuck everybody.
No, it made $1 billion. It made $1 billion.
Yeah, no, I agree. The first Deadpool was great. So just I have my tape measure. Height is about 23 and a half tall by 18 by 18 because of the ring sticking out. The base is a bit shorter, obviously. but because you're gonna have the rings on there, which make the statue even greater than not having it. That's the scale. So too bad Freddie's not here because he kept giving me a hard time about not having my tape measure, and I finally got it. So Freddie, if you're watching, you missed out. But all right. So concept-wise, I love it. I think it's an amazing concept. I really love how they did it, and that's why I wanted to pick up this piece so bad. I love everything about the concept of this. There are only a few things that bug me about it, but this is just, it doesn't take away from it. Like concept-wise, to me, it's like a 9.8 for the concept. I really love it. The only thing that I wish that they had not done is point his head down. I'm a fan of having the head straight, pointed straight. So you can kind of look at the character. It's kind of like XM's Cyclops, right? He's actually looking straight, but his other version, he's screaming in the air. I don't use that. You can actually see him. He's right up there. So that's the only thing that kind of pulls me away from the concept a little bit. The other thing I wish that they did was leave the pegs on the black gauntlets, so I can use the energy on the black, because I'd rather have it all black than have black and the chrome. Just preference. So it doesn't take away from the piece at all. Paint. I think Gabriel did an amazing job on the paint. There are some things I would have liked to see more on the paint to really bring it out. On him himself, I don't really see any changes. I think he did a great job on the mouth. The teeth were good. Like Roger mentioned, the expression, even the wrinkle on his nose from the expression, from sculpting, looked good. So to me, I'm okay with the paint. I would have liked to see the eyes blue, just like his energy, but they're white. So I'm not sure if that's something that was missed, or the person that owned a piece prior just wanted it white. Either or, not a big deal. I think where they could have accentuated the base a little, was the base a little bit. I feel that the rocks are a little bit flat. There should have been a little bit more dry brushing on there. Not to say that the texture and everything's not good, but it just seems like one solid color. So I would have preferred to see a little more dry brushing, a little different colors in the rocks, because rocks are not just one color. There's always some pigment of different colors. And also the energy that's cutting through it, I would have liked to see it a little bit brighter. So darker and brighter, just give it that real look of like extreme heat. But when I look at the XM Studios, it's kind of similar. So I don't know if the artist decided to kind of piggyback off the XM Cyclops, because they do look well together. I'd have to move a bunch of these pieces around just to get it. So while we're talking, maybe I'll just pull him and put them both next to each other. And then there's some, I don't know if you guys noticed, there's some wiring and things like that inside the robots. They just painted it one color. I would have liked to see different colors on the wirings inside the mechanical, just like he did on the base. The base, it looked great. I actually thought that it was real wiring, but it's not. They just painted the blues, the greens, the blacks. So you got your line 1, line 2, you got your ground. So that was kind of cool. I love all the texture here on the brown. There's a lot of battle damage around his base. They painted the bolts that are on there. There's some dings and things like that. You see the chrome underneath the paint of this base here. And then the steel conduit as well. All these steel conduits, I would have liked to see a little bit more shine to it and give it a little more pop. I know it's a battle damage scene, but I work with a lot of this stuff that's aged in my company. And there's, you're going to get your dirt, your debris, but it still has that kind of shine to it. It's very, very small details I would have liked to change for myself on the piece if I was directing someone to paint it for me. That's just my preference. My score for this piece is a 9.5. Even with those little preferences, this piece is like, in my opinion, remember, this is just my opinion, is the best Havok piece out there at the moment. I know a lot of people like the classic. There's a couple custom groups that did the classic look great as well. But this, by far, for me, is a 9.5. I love it. We'll go through everybody else, and then I'm going to do the black light so we can see how that looks with the black light. So, Marcos, your opinion.
So, me, I think the base, like, it struggles from, like, I always like to say sometimes, like, it's like a custom paint job, if that makes sense. Like, it's a lack of details. Like, it looks like it's one coat of paint. Like, it's brown, and there's a kind of an orange red. Like the translucent resin looks very just one tone, like blue, which is, fine, I guess. for me, I don't have a big connection to this character, so I can't give like a horrible score. But for me, I think it's missing. The portraits are amazing though, 100%. That and the details on the body and everything else looks really great. I think the base and the power effects look very lackluster. Especially like I think Walton said it, like the Cheeto, the red hot Cheeto look right there in the base is very sideshow like with some pieces they do. I think there's things you could do paint job wise that are a little bit better, and whoever painted this did the bare minimum I will feel like on the base, and especially with translucent resin. And obviously, putting together was a little bit hard for you, Will. You did a million unboxings, so you're a veteran on this. But say this is their first piece, Will, this would have been very hard for them to put together, just because, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been annoying. For me, I'm not a big fan of this character. I barely know him, but still, I think there's so many negatives that I'll give it like an 8.2 at best. Like, maybe it's 7.8. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think the concept's really cool, especially with the render they did, like the white power, like the white powers they had versus the blue, and like the blue looks like, I just feel like the blue powers, his power. So they could have a little bit more detail in those translucent resin, but I don't know. There's a lot of details I feel like they're just missing on this piece, but 7.8, I would give it. There we go. So.
Lane, what do you think?
For this one, I would just reiterate a lot of what Marcos said. I really like the actual statue, the actual Havok and everything, and the switch out portraits. The ring power showing, I'm a little mixed on. I don't love them. I don't know. Just because they're that kind of see-through, they look almost like a see-through plastic or something to me. I don't love how they came out. I like the ones around his arms and everything, kind of showing his powers there, but the larger ones around connected to the base, I'm not so crazy about those. There is the Cheetos, molten metal fire stuff that the thing about that, so I actually read that comic. I like the base, but I do feel like you see the X-Men standing on molten metal quite a bit. Molten metal and molten rock. They seem to stand on that quite often, by whether custom or licensed. So I do have a little bit of I feel I've been there, done that with the base a little bit, just because so many X-Men statues do that. But it also kind of fits if you're showing the powers off, that something got blasted or devastated or something. Overall, I would probably give this an 8.7 out of 10. Because I love the Havok himself. The base, I feel like I've seen it before, maybe a little bit too much. So there's not something that particularly gripped me about that particular base. And I just don't love the resources.
Fair enough.
Something about them, it just bites me a little bit. But just the ones connecting to the base, the ones around the arms, I really like.
You're okay with
the power activation.
I think if they were able to establish some form of lighting system for them, it would extend.
Yeah, that would be the other thing. I'm normally not Captain Light Up most of the time for my statues, because they could blow out or something.
Right.
But I would really, even leaving the circles, any of the power stuff I wouldn't do. But if his chest could actually light up, showing his power going on in the chest area there, on the central circle, if he had that light up, I would be really happy.
Yeah.
If they just did that a little bit, and I would be super happy. But otherwise, though, it's a very solid custom statue.
Nice.
My expectation for custom statue is different from what I expect for licensed piece and everything. Just because not always, but most of the time, in theory, there's more money that you can spend in the development and production of the pieces.
Right. Jacob, what do you think, man?
At first, I thought that base was way too fucking big. I'm like, that looks dumb as fuck, that tall. But after you got those rings on, after about an hour of you doing that, it looks pretty fucking badass. I like those rings, dude. I think they look great on there.
Yeah.
And no, I think that looks good. Havok from the X-Men movies, his costume and everything made him look like a little bitch. And like even in some of the comics, his helmets make him look like a little bitch. This one, they shows a good design. Like, doesn't look like a little bitch. Like Cyclops is a way bigger bitch than this.
He's a bitch.
And even the paint job on the eyes, the one you have on, when you put that in front of the camera, it was just white paint, but it literally looked like it was fucking glowing, dude. So not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, all you could say is maybe paint the base a little better, but every Prime one has the same fucking issue. So, I mean, eat a dick if you're going to complain about that, I guess. I don't know. So, I mean, I don't think it's that bad, especially for a custom. And like you said, how many people are doing Havok? Like, I don't think too many. So, I mean, I don't think this is bad. And this one you can't really rate because there's not a lot out there. I think those rings look good. Like Lane said, might look cooler with the light up, but I mean, how they did this, like that lighting on there right there. If you just have good spotlights on there, on those rings, I don't even know if you need a fucking light up, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'll get the black light on there and see if it makes any changes on the rings itself. So we'll see. Once I get it on there, I'll shut all these lights off. But what would be your rating based off what you're saying?
Dude, I can't rate these things. Because, again, I'm not in love with the fucking character and stuff.
Right. When I say that, I mean artistically, you know, like not – because sometimes
Okay. So artistically, like you said, from this angle, looking down's not bad, but it makes it harder to display. You have to display it up high then if they're looking down. You can't put it on a bottom shelf.
Right.
I mean, that ruins the whole thing. So I think, like what you said, they kind of screwed that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all, especially for a custom. You got to remember it's a custom. I think it looks great.
Whoa, Jacob's a hater on custom? What's going on?
No, dude, I've seen some customs. I mean, it is what it is. You're getting a piece from a character nobody else is making, so it is what it is. You're going to be happy with it no matter what. So
agreed. Okay, Roger, what do you think, man? Let's dissect it.
Everybody had great points. All things that I wanted to say. All you guys touched on some of that. Yeah. First off, there's not enough representation of Havok out there. So the fact that we have a good Havok piece, not just a good one, but a pretty awesome one that I think has aspects that I would see on a licensed piece as opposed to a lot of the fan art that we see or a lot of the custom pieces. We see a lot of fan art and custom pieces, and right off the bat, we know they are because there's a little quality bar that sometimes isn't quite there that you normally see from like a Prime or something like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the licensed pieces are the only way to go and they do the best. They get it wrong too sometimes, but there is like a certain production quality level that you see and you expect from some of those companies that you don't see in fan pieces or from from custom ones, and that's purely because of the fact that it's a different production value, different production cost. So when you see a piece like this that has a character that has great anatomy, has really cool details to it, this stands out from regular quote unquote custom pieces. There are aspects of the paint job that have nothing to do with the sculpt and nothing to do with the initial concept that I would have done different. Personally, for me, like we first started looking at the base, I think I would have definitely gone with a different tonal color and probably different color swatch for the rocks. Right. I think I would have probably gone with less brown and more gray, or at least more concrete looking, perhaps, just because the brown, it adds contrast, but it also looks a little doo-doo. So there's that. There's the Cheetos, man. I can't unsee the Cheetos. I know what they were going for, and I appreciate the idea of that. But the execution of the glow just adds a blur, and the blur doesn't quite like convey hot, unless or like hot fire. Maybe if the oranges and the pieces that were close to the entry points of the of the spheres were more brighter or like closer to white, as opposed to just like the yellows. Again, it could be a lighting thing too that I'm not seeing maybe from my point of view. So there's that. I do think that there are parts of the base. It feels like they had an awesome concept for the character and the pose and the stance, and then it was like, well, shit, what do we do about the base now? Like we need to add. So I feel like the base definitely didn't get as much love as the rest of him, and I feel that if you're going to approach a base, and you got to like instill a little bit of storytelling and something that also doesn't throw off or create an imbalance of creativity. It has to have a cohesion to it, right? So I do think that there are some aspects of the base that are a little uninspired that probably could have been tightened up with some better storytelling or something that has more to do with the Summers family. I don't know. Something like that. That said, though, like I said, it's not like a bad base. It's just certain things from my point of view that I think I probably would have done to maybe elevate the piece more, right? As far as the rings are concerned, I like the rings only because it's unique. It's different. Like everything, whenever you see Havok, he's always doing his fist out. He's got the rings going around him forward. I kind of like the idea of how these are pegged all around him. And it kind of really makes an interesting silhouette for the piece overall, which is awesome. You don't just have like, dude, him without the rings would really be boring. I mean, if you had it around his hand, sure, but it would just be another piece just standing on some rocks, right? Having these swirls does break up the silhouette some and makes it more interesting to look at. I think I probably would have gone more with a clear or at least kind of white for the rings, because in all the comic depictions, the rings are like at the core white and you see kind of blue edging. Mm-hmm. And the way they do it in the comics, it always looks like negative space. It's just clear. It's clear space on the actual text of the page. So it's like a color bleed, right? So you have like these awesome breakups of the character on page with these big white rings and stuff like that are negative space. The way Vitor Hugo made the piece, he made those like bright white. Now, obviously, that's in 3D, so it's going to look bright white, right? You can make it look however you want to. This is print media, so of course it's got to have some values and translucency and stuff, right? If that's how you're going to go with it. If it did have a light up feature and just the edges coming out of, like if it's just translucency, right? If you've got, light within the base, the light kind of bleeds through and comes through the clear parts. I think that would have been kind of cool. Just like, we also brought up the idea of having white or having light up feature for the chest. Again, I know this is like an engineering thing. It's easier to kind of throw out there. It'd be cool if it lit up and did shit. Like, I'm not saying it's got to be a Christmas tree, but like you have to admit it would be kind of cool to have that feature. The head sculpts are all good. There isn't one. Normally, there's at least one head sculpt where you're like, I don't know, this one kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't feel that way at all about any of the heads. Any of the heads, I'd be happy with displaying. Facial features are on point. He took some liberties on the uniform because in most depictions of this specific uniform, it's all black. But he went with this might have been either in Vitor's design or it was liberties taken by the person who did the paint job. I love the fact that they added different values of black on the costume. It would have been very easy to just do it flat matte black and just put some cool Tron lines in it and stuff too and call it a day. But what he did is in the areas that have texture to it, he added more of like a dull kind of matte black. And there's other areas that have more of a polished black. That adds great contrast and makes the costume look more interesting. Like things like that are important. I know we looked at pieces in the past, and what's one of the main things that I think makes some of these custom pieces look more dull is the fact that they just go with a flat matte color or it's a flat polished one. And that's, I think costumes should definitely have more breakup to make the shapes and the shape language look more interesting. That's just my take on it. Again, all of this is my 2 cents on like how I look at stuff and how I kind of just, I nitpick whatever. All that said, Marcos is nuts to make this anything like he said 7, 8. Like, are you? Yeah. Dude, I've seen you get Marcos like a 9.35 or 9.36 for stuff that's mid at best. I'm not going to say what the piece is, but the fact that you do that just is completely like.
No, I'm going nowadays. I'm just going.
Wait, I heard you talk. You wait for me to finish, okay? No. Which means your gauge to your metric is completely off whack. And I really think it's purely for whatever you're drinking at the time. I don't know what you're drinking right now, but it's clearly like you're not on the sauce, or maybe you're too much on. Okay, see, that's what's going on here. So we would bring it back to reality here and stuff. If I listen to Imagination Land Marcos with his 7 point whatever, this is clearly this is better than that. This is more of a, like, I'm not going to give it. I'm kind of screwing this and stuff. Whenever I give stuff like a 9, I gave a 9 to
it's Roger.
The what's it called? I'm still talking, damn it. I still gave a 9 to the Marvel piece we saw, because that was also a really high production looking piece, right? It had a lot of really cool detailing and ornamenting stuff on the costume.
For sure.
So I would give it close to that. I would give it like an 8.9 or maybe like an 8.8 or something like that.
Oh, 8.9.
I give it like somewhere around that range. Like I said, this is a fan art piece, a custom piece. It's not out there. Not everybody's going to have this one. There's not 1,500 pieces of this. There's not 500 pieces of this thing. It's a pretty rare piece, and it stands.
It's 20. Only 20.
Was that?
There's only 20 units.
Yeah, man. Like that's pretty awesome. You have one of 20.
Roger, hey, we have 20.
Dude, you got to let people finish.
You can tell her.
I'm listening to your wrong opinions. That's cool, but then we're going to actually offer our opinions.
All I'm going to just say is I'm giving 9.6 to Roger's 3D printed bow and arrows that he's shooting at Marcos. They're excellent.
Roger is literally
very well defined and very accurate, straight at Marcos's heart. So I would.
Wait, there are knee pads you can have real quick if you need them for Roger. If you need those.
Oh my God! Bitter party of one. Your table's ready. Okay.
Let me tell you something, Marcos.
Real quick. When is the last 3D statue or item you sat for hours and actually came up with?
What happened? I don't know what you said.
Wait, one more time.
I asked Marcos. What was the last time where you spent hours and 3D designed up your own piece? When was the last time?
I can barely write my name, so what?
That is the least surprising thing of the year that I probably heard. But
you say that. I mean, come on.
We all got our opinions and everything. However, I'm just gonna say, we can own pieces and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I'm always right, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, let me. So Roger, what was your score?
I'm gonna go with a 9. I'll go with the 9.7. I'll do 9.7. Oh no, sorry, 8.7. Sorry, 8.7.
9.8%.
I think every score I give a piece that I have in front of me is always a 9 or above. I don't know if I scored it.
I'm really curious what you consider a 5. Is it like, does it go from like prime 1 to potato? Like what's in the middle here?
He said prime 1 to potato. Let me put this black light on it. How about this? I'll put this black light on it, and then maybe you guys might want to change your score. I don't know. We'll try this. Let me kill this light. Let me kill this.
And I consider 8.7 really high.
Yeah. The body is good.
Let me kill this light too. There
yeah.
Go.
It's the body. The body, yeah.
It does give the body does get a lot of glow. I'm sitting here in front of it, and tell you what, let me take a picture because the eyes are glowing like crazy with this black light. So let me get a close-up picture here with it, and then I'll shoot it. There we go. Oh, that don't help. Oh, the flash on. Yeah, let's try that again. All right.
Yeah, so, it looks like they're glowing from over here.
But yeah, you can see how much the eyes are glowing, though, right?
Yeah, they look like they're glowing from over here.
Yeah. I just want to. Yeah, it makes it too bright if I get too close.
What does it look like? Can you put it behind it? The black light behind it? I want to see what the rings look like with like the illumination behind it. If they look any different. Yeah, see, they look cool, dude.
Yeah.
See, all the more reason why I wish those rings lit up.
See if I can. There we go. Yeah, I think what'll happen is if I had like a power strip or a small strip of black light, I could put around it and make it shine from the bottom up without getting that glow. See that glow from the camera? So that kind of doesn't help. But if I get it behind it, you get a better glow of light. Engineering wise, to have those lights lit up would be a pain in the ass because you still got to peg them in and they have to sit properly.
Right.
But I do love having the black light in front of it because it gives his eyes a crazy glow and his body a crazy glow. So if I did that
man, like we can only daydream, or like we can only wish, but you can imagine what if, like, I know what the production would be crazy. This is just me just talking on my ass here, but like, wouldn't it be cool if they were able to get a fiber optic like line through those pieces and stuff like that, and when it pegged in, those lit up? God, that would be sick. That'd be really cool looking.
Yeah, it would. I agree with you on that. If they can run a fiber optics, the only caveat to that is because it's clear, you would see the fiber optics in it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even when they have those like little kids' toys, you can see them in the middle, and it's not so bad if you could just see it, especially when you have it on. It looks fine.
Yeah, I think if that would work well if they maybe paint a certain area of it and then run the fiber optics. You know, because we've seen a lot of good painted clear resin with light ups in it, and it looks great.
Yeah.
And turn it off, it still looks decent, and you don't see the wires inside. For example, that Dark Side on Throne, it had all that crazy light up, but you couldn't see the lights inside because of how the painting was. So it's still protrude outwards, and you still got a really great effect on it.
Yeah.
I think this would have worked the same way if they were able to paint it, like you said, maybe that hues of white in there with the blue, and then have the LED strip, or the fiber optic strip coming through there. I think it would have been great. But I believe this piece at retail value at the time for the kit was like $800.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So if you ask me, that is an amazing price for this quarter scale piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walton said something about if he had this, he'd get a custom base made and put in some clear. But yeah, you could put in some clear pegs. I don't think the metal pegs were necessary for the rings. They're there, I guess, to secure, but some of the divots on the inside are very deep. So if you shove the pegs in there shove the rings in there without the pegs, you could potentially have put a light through the system and light up the rings. But like I mentioned earlier, I think it'll only work if you painted it because you would lose the light effect in the middle. It wouldn't travel that far.
Yeah.
You only had the bulbs down inside the base. Or like some groups have done where they hollow out the base and have one LED bulb inside and it just kind of shoots out. You start losing that effect when it starts getting larger. So that's why Roger mentioned the fiber optics because it's so thin you can just run it through it and it would potentially work, but you would have to paint it for sure. And that would be a challenge. It would be a challenge. It would be a lot more expensive too. It would be $800 if they had to do all that.
No.
You're looking at maybe an extra $400 to do that stuff. That's not something cheap. In my opinion, it would. I've dealt with a lot of engineering stuff, and I can only imagine how hard it would be to cast this and then drill everything and set things at certain points and then glue the wiring together. Especially if you got to do a plug. Now you got to, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with doing
definitely work you're doing in your free time. You should probably do that, like in your free time.
I don't think I'd mess with any of this stuff in my free time. So I would not mess with it. Honestly, I would. I mean, and if I removed the pegs, I wouldn't know where to put everything back in together.
There you go. That's it.
Honestly, it wouldn't be difficult. It would be like we were talking about the Captain Marvel, right? The one we unboxed, the dark version. Yeah. It has a little tiny batteries with one light bulb at the end of it. So
right. Oh, I forgot about that. Did you ever get that working?
I never bought the batteries, so I still got to buy the batteries. But if I were to do that with this piece, I'd have to cut all these pegs off, drill the hole a little bit further down, then put each of those in, push the little button, make sure they come on, and then put the rings just to light up. And honestly, that's just a pain in the ass. Keep pulling each of these rings and taking all and doing all it's just too much. So you're better off having like the black lighting like I had earlier. Just put a strip around it if you own this piece, if that's something you want to do, and just kind of have it shine, and that'll be it. But personally for me, I think it's a great piece. I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna move some of my other pieces. I'm gonna get Cyclops on there. We'll back the camera up a little bit so we can take a better look at it. But thank you guys for hanging out with me and reviewing this. To me, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel now about your X-Men collection? Like, what are there more? Like, obviously, you're not done collecting X-Men pieces, but are there specific ones that you're looking for, or are there certain types of characters that would be like must-haves as part of your collection?
Well, I got a custom, hopefully soon, not soon, but maybe next year at Archangel X-Force. I'm a big fan of the X-Force, so I'm collecting mostly X-Force. I got Deadpool, X-Force, Storm, X-23, Psylocke. I'm getting a new Colossus in that's X-Force. I did have one up here, but I boxed them up. And then some of these other X-Men just kind of fell in my lap, so I was like, well, I'll just collect the other X-Men. There's a custom Rogue coming out that I absolutely love. They don't have any in stock, but I asked them if they do, or maybe get me an AP or something, but I got to have this Rogue. She's freaking amazing. It's just my style, the way I love it. I haven't seen a particular Gambit I do enjoy or like. I know Hexopus right now has got their Black Friday sale, and they got a lot of XM Studio stuff for like $3.99 shipped.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm like this close for Christmas coming early again, but I already got like 9 statues in the last month or so I got to slow down. But they do have
That's a deal of the day, dude. You have to get that shipped. Come on, dude.
that Gambit I think was $5.99, maybe $6.99 shipped. But I'm not a fan of the XM Gambit. Sorry, it's just not the style I want to get. And they had got a lot of XM Studio stuff.
They have that. I was looking at because I was considering because they have like $350 that 1/6 scale of Luthor and the blue Superman like battle armor.
Yeah,
and stuff that was like new 52.
Yeah, their 1/6 scale stuff, man, is pretty cheap as well for those that want to pick up that piece.
What website is having all these sales again?
Like Fiction.
Hexapus. I was bring it up later, obviously, but yeah, Hexapus in the Specs Fiction. I think Comic Concept has some sales, not like
yeah, they have some stuff.
Yeah. So Hexapus had. I was looking at it all week. They had a piece, the White Knight on bike for $1K. Shipped.
Yeah, shipped.
Yeah, they did. They had some crackhead deals, and I almost did it, but I did not. So
they absolutely got crackhead deals. Like if I hadn't done what I did in the last few months or so, I would have picked up a lot of stuff from them. I would have picked up a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And they are reputable. So K Mag's 24.
They're a reputable company. They have they're obviously. So
yeah, he bought his P1 from there. So yeah,
nice. How do you like your? You can type it in here, but how do you like your 1/3 Pineer? I thought that piece looked really awesome. I don't know anybody that has it, so if you could just type in there, tell me if you like it and how awesome is it that you rate it. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
I will buy it, man. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, thank you, buddy. X-Men unboxing. I'm trying to think if I have. No, I do have Iceman from XM Studios. He's sitting in storage right now. I just picked him up, but I wanted to do one box at a time, maybe just some holiday unboxings and stuff like that. So I got one price, and then I got Thanos and Lady Death from XM Studios as well. So we'll be seeing those unboxings.
I was literally going to ask you guys about this like next. That's crazy. You read my mind. I was going to ask you guys.
Let's talk about this piece. So, Marcos, you can go ahead and take it away. I know, Alan, you guys wanted to talk about this.
This is actually more.
I'm going to go ahead and move some of these pieces around, and I'm going to get Cyclops here just so you guys can take a look at it.
No, but this is more Lane, honestly, because I know Lane is all jazzed up on this. I'm more jazzed up on the piece that's companion piece to this, but Lane, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hold on. I have someone calling me real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, my gosh, Lane.
In the meantime,
the show must go on. The show must go on. Let's go.
You know what? Obligatory plug. If anybody, wait, what?
What happened? What did we lose? There you go.
I was going to wait till he came back to say anything about this piece. In the meantime, I was going to give an obligatory plug to the game that I'm currently producing.
Okay, sorry. I had a phone call. I had to take it.
We got like everybody talking at once. I didn't know what the
Yeah.
I just wrong, dude. Next
So,
time, I'm going to raise my hand or some shit, dude. Or whatever. It's fine. I'm just going to.
2 fingers up, or like we do
Marcus just cannot help himself, dude. He can't help himself.
Yeah, no, the Prime 1 here, the quarter scale, the diorama with Batman, Catwoman, and the Phantasm. I love this piece. I think it is amazing based off the Clayman artwork. I've been waiting for this piece to come up pre-order. It is a little bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be. It's $14.99. Which it was pointed out to me, it's like basically 2 quarter scale statues.
Yeah.
So it's about $7.50 a shot. So that's probably more than fair. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, the
oh my gosh. Oh my god! Get a snapper down here, huh?
I do actually really like the Catwoman. I much prefer the main head sculpt that's coming with it rather than the switch out where it's kind of her goggles down and everything with her hair covered up. The switch out for Batman, other hand, which is just that like cable gun. That's kind of take it or leave it. I'm just like whatever with that. I will say the only for Batman on this one, even though it's designed by Clayman, it does have kind of that Batman look that a lot of them seem to have with their sculpts and everything, where they kind of feel a little similar to each other. I like this. I really like Catwoman's kind of the gray suit she's got here because it's very much inspired by Batman animated series version of her suit. And it doesn't have a huge footprint to it with its depth and everything, so you can fit it. And I mean, it's still going to be pretty big because it's 2 statues basically put together. But I can see where this isn't going to be the top one, especially because we just had the 3rd scale Hush Catwoman, which I know Marcos is. If you haven't already pre-ordered it, you're already in on that one. You have a Catwoman, which is definitely better looking than this one. I think the big thing for this is that people seem much more excited for the companion pieces, but to go with this from the cover, the Phantasm, like Andrea Beaumont, that seems what people are a lot more excited for. I was more excited for this initially, but having looked more and more at the Phantasm herself, I've definitely fallen in love with the Phantasm, and I have a spot where I would stick her.
Lane, how tall is that Phantasm piece?
Yeah, because it's like towering above this one.
I think it's like 20. I'd have to look at the exact dimensions again, but it's fairly tall. I mean,
I think that Phantasm one's awesome. Also, not this one looks great too, but that Phantasm one, I mean, you're never going to get that statue again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. So it's 77 centimeters tall. So what, like 27?
Something like that.
28. Yeah. So she would be about it. So the Catwoman and Batman are not very, very high at all. But that one, I just really think it's like, I really like the art style of this. I like Clayman. I don't consider him like, Jim Lee or even like David Finch or something, because those are probably 2 of my favorite Batman artists. But I just think they did a really nice thing with this 2-pack. It's something I think I'm going to get because it is one I literally waited for this piece finally to get announced, like for almost 2.5 or 3 years. They first showed it, like I think in 2021 or 2022. So this is more part of it's not necessarily a newer piece. This is part of their backlog. I would consider it more for announcements. But I think it's a good solid piece. But I will get why people won't go all in necessarily on this, because like we have a Catwoman that's definitely superior by herself, which is a similar pricing and a bigger scale. But honestly, I would say if you want a piece where you've got Catwoman and Batman together, and this is definitely them as a couple, kind of in actual quarter scale, because they've had some like that fifth scale diorama one that like Sideshow put out before. You don't get them together like this in one thing very often, in like any scale, whether quarter scale or third scale. So if you want one of them together, I think this would be a perfect piece to get.
Lane, I think these would look badass. Then you have Phantasm right behind them because
that's what it's meant to be displayed. It's a diorama. They're meant to go together, but they can go separate too. If I got them, they would not be together because I have a spot that I would stick Phantasm. She would be going next to a different Batman, but I just think they did. The bonus head sculpt I'm kind of like. I think it looks okay, but I don't think it looks nearly as good as the other one. I do like. You guys might have noticed it feels like they're just starting to, at least for alternate head sculpt. If like even there's just one alternate head sculpt, they seem to be more just standard, including like a mini bust or something where you could stick the alternate head sculpt on, so that you can keep it out or something if you're not displaying it on the body, which I like because the Phantasm the same way. They have a bust with that one, so you can display the alternative head sculpt.
They should do that for all head sculpts. At least have some place to put them.
Yeah. So if you want to use them or have them next to there, switch them out. Yeah. Like the Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn who last was really good because they had a bust for however many whichever version you got with ever many head sculpts, they had that many busts to stick them on. Now for me, I just didn't have space for all of them, so 3 of the 5 that I got with it are in the box in my garage.
How tall is this one?
That's a good question.
There's a picture that just had it up where they have the dimensions.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. It's not too bad. Height-wise, I think it's like 22.
Marcos, can you pull up the image with the scaling on this piece? I think it's on there.
Yeah, it is. 1 second, right there.
Right there. 56
So,
centimeters.
So it's not very tall. That's like 22?
Yeah. And obviously we have the what's called the Phantasm piece that's probably around 78, 76.
77 centimeters.
There we go.
So I just did the math. So that one's like 6 inches taller than this.
Yeah.
At the top. So
it's not too much bigger.
So yeah, I mean with everything it'd be almost 30 inches tall.
Yeah.
So it's almost as tall as like my Hellbat.
Yeah.
My Hellbat's like 29.6.
Something. Yeah, just
that.
around there. So I mean, if you had all 3, it'd work really good together.
Yeah.
How much is it to go all in on that, Lane?
Like
if you're going to get all 3 of them.
Prime one, it's going to be like 20. Like my brain here is like 26.
Yeah, that's what it says. 26
like that.
Right now.
I mean, that's
26.99 if you order directly.
If you're not counting the shipping, right? So that's not a bad price for 3 units. That's less than $1,000 each, right? So
yeah,
those two, Batman and Catwoman are just $1,500. I mean, I don't think that's terrible.
No, it's not for quarter scale. No, it's not terrible.
Yeah, no, I think, and even with the width dimensions for them, it's not too big though. Like that piece is not huge, like as big as you might think it'd be with being the diorama, but the biggest selling point for that thing is actually the Phantasm. Like that's the big thing for that, the Phantasm itself, I think.
Are you getting Phantasm?
Well,
I know I am.
Yeah, well, it is kind of funny that you mentioned that tonight because right now I have Phantasm actually in my cart. And
so we're doing live PO? Is it live PO today?
Whoa!
You say yeah? You say yeah? Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope. But I'm following. I actually talked to Mr. Allen about this because I have like $20 worth of points through Prime One that is going to expire. So that's not a whole lot for them. But I talked to Mr. I was trying to find out from Mr. Allen Kiefer. Can you switch the type of shipping you do later on after you do the order or not? He's always just done whatever the cheapest shipping is of the options, and that's it. But obviously, he's gotten much bigger pieces. The estimated economy shipping, which is 1 to 3 months, is supposed to be 105. So obviously, the box is thought not at least to be too bad for this.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that sounds bad.
So I was putting it on a 7-month payment plan, so it's about like $150 a month, 160. Only thing I don't like is I usually have a tendency to pay stuff off over time faster, but leaving that out. So
on spec, I'm looking at it right now. It's only $105 more on spec. You'll get it later, but it's got free shipping.
Yeah, but if I was ordering through the United States, I would get through Comic Concepts. That's
Either
just
way,
for my Prime One stuff. Yeah, but no, I would because it's $100 more through Comic Concepts. It's $11.99 versus $10.99. And this is the one I've decided this would be my first time ever ordering from Prime One directly. So I decided this one not being super expensive would be primarily. I still am going to just buy from retailers here in the United States if I have to wait.
Right.
But Phantom is one I'm going to try. Is going to be an experiment, even though it's not going to probably come till like the end of 2027, more than likely, as we talk about.
Yeah.
So this one I'm going to try directly from
Prime
One, my first time. So I'm putting on a 7-month payment plan. So,
well, I mean, I think I ordered Wonder Woman. Actually, I think I ordered Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman directly from Prime One. And this was during the time where they were like fluctuating with shipping because of COVID and stuff. So those during that time. And I actually lucked out because Wonder Woman was like $85. I think Batman was like $150. It was just right before the spike. And Superman, I think, was about $180.
Well, it's quite now. Obviously, this is subject to change later, but like the shipping that's estimated for this, because did you want to pull up Phantasm, or were you wanting to talk about Marcos? I didn't mean to get a sidetracked here so much. The shipping list from PCS.
No, Walton, that's not a PO list. That's the list of items from PCS. They're telling us what's going to ship, what's not going to ship, and all this other stuff. It's really hard to tell the list. I can't read it, at least from where I'm at. It's got to be zoomed in. But that's the PCS list we just want to run through and see if everybody agrees that what they put out is going to happen. I don't believe so because that's a very long list. I don't know how many. Did you count, Lane? How many items are on that list? Because I never even did count. But it looks
it's like 20-something or more.
Yeah. It looks about almost 30 pieces. So only Marcos can zoom in because he brought it up. So if you can zoom in on the list, we can start talking about the list. Or Marcos, pop up that Phantasm if there's anything else Lane or anybody else wants to talk about. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be the next Mr. Greg. So sorry about that.
Before I have to exit, I just want to say I really love I love the piece. I'm a fan of it. I'm actually really considering getting it. I really like the Hush Catwoman as well too. So I'm kind of conflicted. I've already got a couple of Catwoman statues. I don't know if I'll part with one to make room for another, but I don't have my definitive Batman statue yet. So I'm wondering if that's, getting the dual pieces. I do think it's a good price considering it's 2 1/4 scale pieces. I think that's pretty great. I guess I'm kind of conflicted. I don't know which one I should get. I don't have a lot of room for 1/3 scales. I've only got like 2 of those. So maybe I really love the Catwoman though. I'll probably go with. I think if I do get it, I don't think I'll get the super deluxe one because I know a lot of people are complaining about the hair. It's got the Michael Jackson vibes, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I after one person said it in Facebook, I can't unsee it now. So I don't know if I'd get that super duper deluxe with honors version, whatever. I'd probably get that mid-tier one. Anyway, guys, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for letting me help y'all review whatever the Havok piece. I think it's an awesome one. Good job, William, on getting that one to be a 1 to 20. Gents, as always, a lot of fun. Had a pleasure. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll be out of town next weekend, so you also have a great Thanksgiving as well, too.
All right, appreciate it, Roger. Thank you for jumping
Thank you, sir.
And make sure you guys subscribe to So Much 3D on Facebook, Instagram, ArtStation, all that good stuff. He's got some good stuff coming out. And,
Walton, thank you so much, Walton, for all the attention. I appreciate it. I didn't get to some of your questions and stuff or some of your statements I would love to comment on, but I read everything you said. So
next time.
Obligatory plug. On December 4th, the studio that I work at is finally putting out the game we're working on for early access on Steam. Echoes of Elysium. It's a survival crafting game. Pretty cool. I think the way I could best describe it, it's got like cell shading, simple stylized graphics, kind of like a Zelda game, but more mature looking characters and a real cool, expansive, procedurally generated world. Anyway, if you want to check it out, you can play games. You're on PC. Check out Echoes of Elysium. Guys, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good night, good week, and happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
All right, Roger. Take care, man. See you later. Yeah, I seen some of the work that he's done. That game's pretty dope. If you like that stylized kind of Legend of Zelda kind of looking games, really good stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for it to come out. I don't have Steam, but Steam is coming out with a console apparently, and it's supposed to be, top notch kind of stuff. But it will be priced as a PC according to rumors I saw earlier today. But Lane, let's dive in a little bit to this PCS list here and what your thoughts are on that. Unless you want to go back to Phantasm, because I know you wanted to talk something about Phantasm.
I can confirm Phantasm is now on order.
You confirm you all right? We got our first PO here at ASB Collectibles. Legend Lane has PO.
Phantasm. Yes, it is. Actually, it turned out doing it by payment plan. Actually, not a bad rate. It's actually going to cost me less per month than I've been spending on because I pre-ordered that Dark Nihilist statue from Sideshow, and it's costing me less per month. But they're not starting to charge me till September of 2026. And I put it on a 7-month plan. So
you get some of your stuff out of the way before then.
Yeah. But
zoom in on this list.
Yeah, let's take a look because I only briefly because
they're so far behind though. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They're showing like that. Supposed to be January and stuff. Is supposed to be like that Unicron sitting on the planet throne and stuff. I mean, that piece is so huge. The Devastator, that one was so delayed. Even though I think people are finally getting it and stuff.
Oh, they got it, yeah.
Yeah. But some of these ones, the release times, like the Vampirella, I think they have on there is supposed to be January, and I'm like the half scale. I'm like, I can't believe that. Like that's lickety. Now, admittedly, I've been seeing some things where stuff is popping up. I mean, InArt is putting out their Snape figure. I mean, InArt usually takes like 1.5 or 2 years to get one stupid figure out, and they got it released in like 6 or 8 months. So, like, what?
That Chung Li bust.
It's so late. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's really late. I mean, that's really freaking late. That was like one of the first ones they showed when like PCS came back. I feel like that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and then they're supposed to like going through here. The people are starting to get the mall. I've seen that.
Are people getting that Akuma too? That half scale. I've seen some pictures, but I don't know if that was a prototype or if that's still.
I think people are starting to get that.
Are they starting to get that?
It's like I know that some of these. The only thing that on this list of things that caught my attention was the gargoyles. Was the like.
Why? Why would you do? Okay, look, I grew up with gargoyles. I had like some of the fucking toys, and I would never, ever buy gargoyles as a statue. You need all of them. Like all in, you're looking at like probably like $4,000 to $5,000 with shipping. Like for gargoyles, like that's insane.
And that's not. And that one doesn't even have like Demona or Macbeth or like. What are you gonna have a separate? Are you gonna have a separate setup for like Xanatos and his Steel Clan gargoyle?
No, I'm just saying, like PCS is wild. Like I love that they do some obscure stuff, but shit like that, like, dude, come on, like you could do something else in gargoyle.
Well, I really like it. I think they did a great job, but to me, I will say I was a little bit surprised they did the gargoyles.
Wait till you see the fucking paint job on the gargoyles. Like it's gonna be one tone. Like it's I can't imagine.
Well, but the thing is, I would say for releasing stuff that they're doing some of that Disney stuff, like Peter Pan versus Captain Hook, or Snow White and the Evil Queen. Like those make a little bit more sense to me for doing Disney animated stuff because those were classic, well known, kind of.
Who's getting that as a collector? How many female collectors are getting that? Like, again. Just focus on fucking Star Wars. You got the goddamn Star Wars license. I'd be.
Well, they are working on it.
That's all I'd be fucking.
They are working on it. Anna's mentioned Darth Vader. Well, Darth Vader was supposed to maybe be here, but Darth Vader's coming. Part of their third scale series soon.
Again, PCS, we need to see that they can fucking do this. You start out with a banger and get the fucking face like Darth Maul, Vader.
Well, I've seen Maul. I've seen Maul already. Not the hyper.
It's a monster though. They're good at doing monsters.
Yeah.
Fucking Han Solo or fucking Luke Skywalker nail that, and then yep, we're all in. We saw that you didn't fuck it up.
Well, I know Ant has mentioned that Vader was supposed to be coming. Princess Leia is supposed to be next year, although he won't. Obviously, he said there's going to be two different versions.
Real quick though, let me just say this. Love you guys, 30%, but at the same time, I'm so tired. So, wow.
All right, Marcos.
All right, thanks for jumping on. He's just like, and we started an hour earlier just so he's not so tired.
Love you guys, 100%. Fuck you guys at the same time.
Happy Thanksgiving, dude.
All right, thanks, Marcos. We'll chat with
Marcos, you have a good night. Get a good rest, man.
Yeah, get some good rest.
He's trying to make he's been trying to make up for how much LeBron has been sleeping probably this year since he's only played one game. Anyway, but I get because I know Ant a little bit and I love Ant. I think he is one of the best guys of the statue making industry to engage with. But I can't dispute the fact that PCS with human stuff has been a mixed bag. Like that I know you might think I'm being because like that Maximus, the head sculpt that looked like for the final was Crowe instead of Russell Crowe.
You're right. Same thing with their Punisher, right? This new release of their Punisher coming out.
Which is a little unfortunate that because I think
I didn't think Maximus looked that bad. I didn't think it looked that bad.
It looks okay, but I mean, we don't get this is one thing. Whatever you want to say, PACS is willing to do some swings of stuff that other companies. I mean, although I would probably say, hey, Prime One, you decided to do that Mads Mikkelsen Viking guy or whatever, One Eye. Maybe instead of doing that guy, if you're going to do a guy who swings an axe or a sword, doing Maximus from Gladiator might make more sense because people might buy it more because they're going to recognize it more. No, Chunky. I would not say that about PCS because I've owned some PCS statues, and
it's a coin toss. It seems like to me, it's like 50-50. But
it's dependent what they're doing. Like their Street Fighter stuff, their quarter scale Street Fighter line, great. They nailed those.
What about Cammy? Cammy was shit.
The bikini one kind of sucked.
Yeah,
I've
seen both their versions of their Player 1, Player 2 wedding dress, Chun-Li, and the paint was decent enough for it being a gaming, but there was a lot of QC issues. Her torso and her dress were like glued on offset, so it wasn't even like, you know what I mean? Like, so there were a lot of QC issues in certain pieces.
That third scale Morgan came out really good.
I hadn't seen that. I haven't seen that in person, but I don't.
Yeah, Noah got it from and he loves it. Now there's still that one has a concern because it's all the weight on that one foot.
Right.
Yeah. So that gives me the same concern like that Prime 1 Court of Owls, the Tower or something did.
Correct.
You could have issues with that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, so we had Jay on the show, right? And he showed us the Martian Manhunter, and he let us show his new base, which they approved the new base for the Martian Manhunter. So it's not going to be that old one. But it might be both, but the newer one's way better. If you look at the newer one and the old one, he doesn't have the lean anymore. Because I mentioned about that lean for the old base, and he said it was a big rod through there, but at the same time, it's like, it just throws the piece off. With the new statue, he's more straight up. You probably still have the pin going through it all the way in, but there's no lean. So sometimes I think PCS needs to go through with those certain things to avoid those sort of issues, right? Like you're talking about, because engineering is like one of the most important things in terms of a product being shipped. I think they do a great job for the most part on their prototypes, because when they show it, it looks like amazing. Like the Ghost Rider, right? The 1/3 scale Ghost Rider that they're doing. It looks freaking amazing. But will the factory be able to do what they're supposed to do and make it better than the prototype? Because you're supposed to make it better than the prototype. I reviewed several prototypes here. And what I can tell you is the commissioners messaged me back, say, hey, thanks for the feedback. I'm going to have my factory change it. And then they change it and it looks way better. In the pictures, I haven't even seen the new, the production pieces of these certain things. So PCS does such a great job with the prototypes, but every time I see a PCS in person, the QC is just so off. I don't know what's going on with them. And they're great people.
Yeah, PCS, they don't even show the photos from the factory or anything. Nothing. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, we don't know until we get it in hand. But like, my main problem with PCS is they're demanding Prime 1 prices with sideshow quality, in my opinion.
Well, in some J&D prices, like that Darth Maul, which is supposed to be their like silicone like J&D. I mean, not all the J&Ds, obviously, you know what I mean, but more some of the big, but that was $2,200, which is still the same pricing if like you order directly from J&D. I think that was
maybe
within $100. It was almost the same price as Bane, I think.
I think the telltale sign to see if those like Master Line ones like are going to turn out good is when the Howlings release. That was their best statue that year it came out. Was it like a year ago? If that turns out like shit, I don't trust any of that.
So, well, see, I like Walton says this stuff, and I'm just like, I remember, he says something like that, and I'm like, I want to get it, but I also kind of want to reach through my screen and kind of stick my finger in the side of his temple and give him a noogie or something like that, because like I read the Martian Manhunter comic series that ran in the 90s, like all 36 issues of it, and loved it, or at least the first 25 of the 36 issues. So I like Martian Manhunter. But is he a character I would buy a third scale statue of? Probably not. Like, he's just not one that I have to spend $1,500, $2,000. Do I want to spend it on that?
I do prefer the new 52 version of Martian Manhunter, but other than that, I do like the character. I think he'd go great with my line because I only collect 1/3 DC. So.
Well, I just want to say one thing real quick because I know before we get to some other topics, William, I want to say that actually I really like how that looks with the Havok. I know you might have been going to come back to it later, but I just have to say it real quick. I love how that Scott Summers and Havok look together.
Yeah. Sorry. Trying to figure out.
Trying to figure out. if we really want to show off the most mastercrafted thing here on the stream tonight, we just got to show off J Rupp and his beard. That's the best crafted thing that there is that we're seeing.
I did light up Scott's visor there, so it is lit up. It's kind of hard here with the light. Let me dim that light down. So you see, I turned the battery off.
See, you don't get without a custom like that. I know whatever reservations, you're not going to be able to get the Summer Brothers together. Now you just need a Vulcan, and you can have all three of them.
Yeah. I think they did do a Vulcan. I believe they did, but we'll see. Maybe I'll pick it up. I'm not sure. I think if my turntable was larger, I'd have Dark Phoenix in the back. But I'd still have her Phoenix part in a box, so it wouldn't look as cool.
The only problem is now I've got that eyesore behind them.
Yeah, let me block them for you.
Oh God, yeah. My eyes automatically just went to that. Oh man.
You know, right now, Lane, he's in the background like, I hate you too.
Yeah, I know. He's doing flex. Man, I know you laugh so hard. There are very few statues where I just have an automatic. The only time I probably have had as a negative reaction to that was to a Hot Toys figure. Like this was years ago, like maybe 2021, 22. I was doing a live unboxing for Hot Toys did a Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, one of her 2 outfits. I opened that figure up. And it was like within my first year of ever collecting them. And everybody said that they have never seen me. And I've done probably 50, 60 unboxing Hot Toys figures. The regular audience has said, to this day, I have never looked as unhappy as I did, but just like right out of taking out of the box.
Just taking it out.
How I looked as soon as I took that figure out of the box. Like I was just like, God, this is a piece of shit. I did not like it so much.
You know, it's funny you say that because when Marcos opened his Deadpool and he was sharing with us privately, it just seemed like he wasn't too impressed.
Yeah, Marcos, I can't. That Deadpool is. Yeah, I know that Deadpool. That Deadpool is a great figure. Like it is a fantastic. I should just go buy him that 112 like Mayfex or something. Just put out a movie Deadpool from Wolverine Deadpool. I should just send it to him. He can have a little 12 scale that he can just fiddle around with until he breaks it.
Yeah, he just did not look like
Marcos is just too. But Jimmy was the same way. He bought one a quarter scale like with the entire gantry setup of Iron Man, and he had that thing and went. I just couldn't get over it was made out of plastic. I'm like, and I just like honestly, I was going to Jimmy, sir, that thing is that quarter scale gantry is a work of art. It is such an amazing thing. You can stick it with the statue, quarter scale Iron Man, and you're not going to notice any difference. And he's just like, he's seen my setup. Like he's physically been to my apartment, and he's seen some of my setup with some of like the vehicles I have, like you had with the DeLorean. And he knows how well that stuff can look. I'm just like, I get where you go if you're mostly into statues, just because Hot Toys, they don't cost as much as a statue, but to actually collect them, they become as their something becomes as expensive.
Right.
As buying. You might have to buy like 3 of them to equal your $1,000 statue, but that's still going to be. You're probably for us collector mindsets, we're not going to buy one a year. If we get into something we like or for a license or something, you're going to buy multiple because you want to have stuff to go together. We just naturally are like that unless, it's like a life-size statue. If it's like that Selena Kyle life-size or buying that like big-ass Thanos bust from Queen. I mean, where there may only be space for the one stupid thing. But, anyway, sorry, ranting there. But I like those two. Like the only thing is they have to make me look at that Megas/Adam Warlock statue. But if I look in the foreground, I really like actually that those two together make me like this statue better. I mean, it still wouldn't radically change, but having him have something together really makes a difference for me. I don't know. Are you like that sometimes, Jacob? Where you might be feeling like decent to okay about a statue, maybe from like a character, maybe who's not your favorite character, but where they're going into next to, like, I don't know, you've got, you know, Merry and Pippin going next to fucking Aragorn, you know, or something where part of that line making the thing where that can help sometimes improve your disposition of how you look at a piece that you may not be your favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean, with the Weta, I mean it's like 1/6 scale, so you can display them like in a scene together. So I'll agree. Like some of my just okay statues, some of my favorite cases because together they look fucking sick. So
yeah, I think what it is, we talked about this a few times already with some of the pieces a few weeks ago, that they're not the best solo pieces, but when you put them together with a companion piece, it really brings it out and it tells you a better story. I personally, both of these singular by themselves look great, but together it really tells you the story of, you know, whatever imagination you have with the pieces you buy. So to me, it's like two brothers going into battle. Hopefully, I get I'm looking at a custom cable and putting them together. So it's like, you know, son, uncle, father, and they're like the trio is just all there. So it'd be kind of cool to have the family members if some of those custom pieces were to come out, like a Hope Summer, something like that. I really like to put it, and then have Dark Phoenix in the back, so mom's there. You know, so it's just, it really tells you that story. The great thing about most of these pieces I have, they look fantastic by themselves, but when you do have them together in the story,
there are certain ones that can be by themselves, but like I think that Hush 3rd scale Catwoman, you can have that one just by itself, and that thing just looks fabulous.
Right.
But if you have a Harley Quinn 3rd scale, or a Poison Ivy, or you know, a 3rd scale Batman that you could put her with, like that's a great standalone. Yeah, but if you have like a 3rd scale, you can stick that with it, where it's a character she's associated with or something. It just, that makes it a little bit better. You know, that's why I think when you're going to do like a standalone piece, you have to be very selective what you're going to do. Like one statue I'm considering is that like Grunbeld versus Guts, even though Guts is kind of really small and it's really Grunbeld the Apostle form. That's like really
yes.
But there's a diorama thing like that, or as I talked to Jacob, like something like that 3rd scale Sauron that's just like going to be so ridiculously huge you may not literally be able to put anything to it, like a big bad guy like that, or the Dark Side on Throne, you know, where that one could maybe work, where like if there's a third party Desaad or a Kanto or, you know, Mantis or the Furies or Grain of Goodness, whatever, have maybe being able, if there's one similar size, you could stick with that. Oh, well, that would just be icing on the cake. But that Dark Side and Throne is such a piece that just Dark Side by himself, boom, done.
It's just a great, it's a great throne. I'm told that they will have the rest of, you know, they're going to have Grail, they're going to have Calabac, you know, Stephen Wolf and all that stuff that's going to go with that particular piece. But you did say you hit the nail on the coffin with it, because the light up features itself for that Dark Side on Throne, it just, you don't need anything with it. It just looks good just the way it is by itself. They do have an Evil Supergirl going to be a companion piece for that, so that's going to look pretty cool next to each other. So we'll see how that looks. But I don't know. I might have to change my setup around a little bit and have these two together like this. The only caveat to Havok is that the rings are so long or wide that I can't get close to the wall, so he's going to stick forward a little bit. So it's going to take.
What would you consider maybe not having all of the rings on it, if it would help you fit possibly a little bit?
Possibly, I think just the larger one here.
Well, I was thinking the two super big ones, the one to the left and right of him. If you removed those and had the two smaller ones with then his hand power things around him.
Here's what I think they should have done, and we should have talked about it earlier. I think they should have had pegs for each to cover these with some flame.
Oh yeah. That'd be the only type of.
Right.
Jake, I know is. I was going to say, Walton. I think if you're planning to get a PCS character or piece, and I think for any version of a PCS piece, especially if it's one of the more expensive pieces, it doesn't matter what the license is, whatever it's going to be. I think you can wait on a PCS piece,
right?
And wait, not just wait to the initial people who get it, but you can give it probably now. That's not going to be true necessarily, maybe on every piece. It just may not be. I think there are certain ones that could go. Like, I'm going to just say right here, I think if PCS does like a Slave Princess Leia, I think that thing will sell out instantly because there hasn't been any merchandise of her at all in like 10 years or 12 years or something. Like, people are going to want to get that, whether it's silicone or sculpted or whatever. And of course, it's being super cagey on what versions are actually doing. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's doing probably a New Hope and probably Douche Leia or something like that.
I definitely want to PO it from PCS's website, though, because if you end up canceling it, they just give you store credit for whatever you paid for. They won't. Give you
Well, I don't think you need. Now, you might get a slightly better price, but if I was going to order it, I'd probably get it for Common Concepts or something like that, because that's probably. I think you'll have to get better shipping. But PCS, I think, is for the most part, that's one you can wait to multiple people get in to see if there's a reoccurring issue with it. Because if there's not, and people like how it looks like it came out, then especially if it's one of the really big people, like it was, I'll just use an example, that Unicron on the Planet Throne. That's one. That's like the one I look at that a lot of things could go wrong with. Like the moles or even the emperors, like it's both the Emperor Palpatines, those don't have as much to them, I think, where I can see necessarily I see as much as could go wrong for some of the other type pieces they put up. I'm still wondering whatever happened with their Celine, like from Underworld. Like whatever happened to that piece.
Well, I mean, who knows? That William they had looks like dog shit.
Well, I'm going to say they put out William and Marcus.
Marcus looked great.
Yeah, but I mean, they put out both those, and both of those guys are good. But you have to be much more. I mean, for characters that I could say from Underworld that would probably have the best chance of selling, obviously Kate Beckinsale as Celine, and maybe Victor. And like
that William was bad, dude. The Marcus was really good. The William was bad. The William was really bad. But maybe they don't have the license for the face. I don't know. I mean, that was a long time ago when they said they were going to do that. They even showed like, I think an art for it, like what it was going to look like. If I remember right, like a drawing of it, and then it just never happened.
Yeah. I'm not willing to go that far.
But then they have some bangers, though. Like, I'm really hoping that Howling piece comes out awesome. Because that was one of the
that's one for me, just given the way that, and like you said, big track record, I'm waiting till multiple people have that statue in hand, unless it's like, it's do or die. I either pre-order it now or it's gone. It's like waitlisted everywhere, which I don't think is going to. I just don't. For most statues in general, I don't see that happen. Even highly sought after ones, because I just don't think. I think with tariffs, and because even though I know some of these we're talking about from PCS or Prime One or whatever, we're talking 2027, 2028 now that are coming out.
Yeah.
Are going to go up for pre-order.
Right.
Well, hey, Walton, that's how you feel on that stuff, that's how you feel. I don't. If I like the look or something, I'm going to get it. But I'm not married. I don't have kids. I can get whatever the fuck I want. And if people don't like it in my thing, I can just say, well, you can leave. There's the door.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm more like Alan, where, he owns his own house and he has what he wants to put up.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Or you can put up for it while you're there.
Well, we all, everybody here has a certain collection and a certain vibe to what they want to do. So there's no right or wrong choice, right? It's just who you are as a person and what you want to collect. So if you're the type of guy that likes to collect, those more risque pieces, like that custom group that does a bunch of them that has, topless and non-topless, they power to you, man. If you can afford to buy what you love and the character you love, then buy it. So there's, I'm personally not biased to anything like that. I like my Marvel. I like some of my DCs. I like Image. I like Top Cow. It just really depends. I like Star Wars, but would I pick up Star Wars pieces? No, because it's just not something I was that into growing up, even though I'm in the same age as Lane and Jacob here, right? So our age group, we just kind of grew up a little differently, and we have different tastes, so there's nothing wrong with it. In terms of PCS having some bangers and not bangers, that's every company. Sideshow does it. Prime One does it. Like, I unboxed Prime One from Michael. I did not like the Gandalf. Yeah, I did not like it. It just, the paint was all gray. The only thing that was good was the portrait.
That one took a long time to come out, too.
It took a very, very long time to come out. So even PCS struggles. PCS, Prime One, XM Studio, like, no one's going to have 100% banger in any project, especially if we're the ones, the collectors, dictating what is good and not good.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just, I mean, I love XM. I think they did a lot of great work. I just haven't seen their stuff recently, like none of their new stuff, right? Because
I saw Robin King. Robin King looked like it came out really good, like the paints, everything like that.
Right. But what I mean is, like, I'm looking at them in person, right? So
it's different seeing them on camera.
Yeah, pictures are very deceiving. So it's like I don't have any Weta pieces, but I might have unboxed a Weta. I don't know. I think Michael, if you're on there, let me know if you had a Weta piece. Maybe I unboxed it or not. I do know one thing that Comic Zone Cantina in August, when they do their statue con, they have some new statues they're going to show from Weta that no one's going to see until then. Like, they tease some pictures and stuff like that of the base and the rocks. I think it's Lord of the Rings stuff, so it's right up Jake's alley. But it'd be very interesting. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm going. I already put in that I'm going to fly out there and hang out with those guys at Collector's Zone Cantina Statue Con. So that's going to be pretty dope. So that's some pretty cool news there. Jake, you got a bunch of Weta there?
Yeah, I got a lot.
So average, in your opinion, with the Weta pieces, where do you rank them? Because I don't think I've ever opened or looked at a Weta piece yet. I'm trying to think. Maybe Hellboy? I don't know if that was a Weta piece, though.
I don't think that was Weta.
Yeah.
So they're only, most of them are 6 scale, but they have some really shitty faces. They have some really good ones too. But I'll tell you, the paint app on any clothing, armor, or especially the environments, all around it is second to none. To tell you the truth, like, but the problem is, like, for the Weta ones, I'm a big fan of, like, Lord of the Rings, so I love the Weta ones because, again, they get me in the feels because I love those movies. But you're not a big Lord of the Rings fan or a collector, they most of them wouldn't have the wow factor for most normal muggles that would come through my house. Like, the Prime One ones definitely have way more wow factor, if that's what you're going for. Right. But no, again, if Prime One could paint environments like Weta's factory, they'd have the best statues probably out there. But Weta's, though, they really take you to the fucking movie. You know what I mean? They take you to a very specific scene, and you just get it hit in the feels again. Like, oh man, fuck.
The member-berry thing, like, smacks you in the side of the head, basically, because it is not a concept, or even sometimes when they've done like the cityscape ones, like Minas Tirith and stuff.
Yep.
You
feel the movie thing, even though obviously it's a small miniature of, like, supposed to be hand out thing or something.
Yeah, like, I think that's kind of the great thing about Weta, and like you're saying, that's why I asked the question, is they really suck you into that scene of the movie that you really enjoyed, right? Depending on what piece they're doing, especially the Lord of the Rings, like you're saying, and if it's diorama. But except for the last one we talked about, which I can't remember, where it has everybody and they're on top of this like mountain or cliff.
I hate that one. I pre-ordered that one. I fucking hate it though. I hate it so much, but I pre-ordered it. But no. But going through all my statues though, like even with a Treebeard, that's like everybody wants to suck that dick. The best statue I have is even better than Infinity Sauron bus is fucking Prime 1 quarter scale Sauron. That piece for the fucking money is amazing. Amazing. Right. So I like, even compared to all, like, I'll suck fucking Weta's dick any day, but no, it does not beat that Prime 1 Sauron. That's a great piece. That's why I keep trying to tell Lane to get that third scale one. It'll be good. It'll be very good.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty much about on the thing for getting him, and then they put out that Gribnell the Apostle. I love that. I love that light up piece. So I'm kind of, because they're almost the same price too. But it'll be a little bit before, because with pre-ordering Phantasm tonight, that's my 4th pre-order that I have right now for statues, and I do not allow myself to go beyond 4. So until I get one of them, because 2 of them I have in order should be coming sometime here. I'm waiting on the quarter scale Flashpoint Batman from Prime 1, and Dark Nihilus is supposed to be by like February or something, I think. So in the next 2 or 3 months.
Another thing with Weta that I will give them is they're the only company that ships on time or a little before. Like if they say, hey, this is going to be shipping in March, it's shipping in March or maybe a month before. So they always get it.
Sideshow's pretty good too. I would say they're the 2 that are the best actually for coming out in the window they normally set.
Their window, yeah.
Do they come out as well as the same exhibit? That's a different story.
Yeah, I think with the Weta stuff, based off what I've seen, that's why I asked you, Jake, because you're there. I think if they really if they do a better job on nailing the portraits with all their stuff, I think they would be a bigger hit than they are already.
Now, people always shit on their portraits, which they have like this classic line, which is like unnumbered, and then they have like limited ones. And me and one of my Lord of the Rings nerds, we talk about this because like we talk about this shitting. Some of these portraits are some of the best portraits in my collection, and some of them are just fucking spot on. But then some of them they just totally screw up, like in that new piece they just released, which is crazy. But no, they're almost like PCS, like 70% of the portraits really good, 30%. It's like, God damn.
I just personally, for me, I think when it comes to movie portraits, you got to be 80 and above. Like you're like, you know, the look and the realism and everything. You got to be on point. You can't just throw a piece and be like, yeah, this is this character, and quote unquote Lord of the Rings nerds are gonna look at it and be like, this is some BS. Like this is the scene I wanted. This is everything I wanted from this piece. They're the only ones doing it, and they screw up the portrait like that. So then
some of their pieces, it looks like almost like they did the face with like a translucent resin or something. I don't know what it, but it looks really good. And then they go to these other ones where they use a different resin, and it's just not there. So I don't know. Like before COVID, their Hobbit pieces, which didn't sell that well because nobody gave a shit about the Hobbit. Those faces are awesome, and their paint jobs during that section is really, really good. And then like once COVID happened, like around 2021, when they stopped going to the factories for a little bit, then they dropped big time. But they're kind of working the way up.
Do you think what it is since they're so big, like other factories or companies, they're using different factories for the same project? Because I heard there was an issue with, I think it was J&D maybe, Lane, where it was like 2 different colors of the skin, and when they put it together, it just looked off. One of those factories or one of those companies, they used 2 different factories, and they had the same paint, but the tones were off. So you could tell the tones were off, and everybody was just like really complain about it. So,
how many of these factories are there? Like 4 or 5 in China that all these companies are doing it through? Like there can't be that.
No, not necessarily. There's more, but there's a lot of factories that people don't know about. And then there's like just private small little factories that just do paint. And then I don't know if Prime One does or XM. I think XM, they have their own factory. LBS has their own factory, I believe. So they don't have to go that route. Maybe Weta just has too much stuff and they got to split it within several factories. I don't know. I'm just making an assumption because if the argument is, the paint quality on one project is different than the paint quality on the other, why is that? If they're like not the same character, obviously, but if they're in the same scene together, they seem to have close to the same skin tone because they're hobbits or whatnot. Why is one different than the other? That just tells me that they're using different painters for each one.
The problem here's the problem too. Like Weta Workshop, they're fucking making these statues at Weta Workshop, and they have the best painters in the world painting this shit. So their protos will the factory will never live up to that. Like one of my nerd friends who lives in Cleveland, he has more than a couple of the actual protos that Weta made. Oh my god, dude. The paint job on these are insane. They're crazy. And I'm talking about some of the protos he has is like the sideshow stuff from like 2005 or a little before. And I look at the paint job on those, I'm like, no company even now, their factory makes anything this good. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So that I think that's part of the problem too, is because they have these master artists in fucking New Zealand doing this shit, and it just can't transfer.
No, the factory, and that's the problem too, because the factory would tell them, "Oh, we can 95% match your paint," and it's like, no, maybe your master painter in the factory can, but not your line workers.
And here's another problem. Like, I never try to. I shit on Weta, but I shouldn't, because Richard Taylor, who runs Weta, he loves statues. Like most of the statues we have now is because Sideshow and Weta started making them back in the day. He just loves them. So Weta Workshop, their main revenue is doing special effects for movies. They just do these statues because fucking Richard Taylor has them, and likes it. So I'm afraid all us nerds are going to be shitting on us so much that one day he's just going to say, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to make these anymore. Like, I don't have to do this.
Well, I mean, then it opens an IP for another company to do it and get the license.
But, I mean, dude, Lord of the Rings, so many companies have it right now. It's insane.
Right. So it's just, like, I don't know. Like you said, maybe they're just the ones that are doing the storytelling better than the others. So we kind of let things slide. And I mean, you're a perfect example. You bought shit that you're like, damn, I don't like the portrait, but man, the story of it just really grabs me. So
it wasn't even the story. No, that last piece, it was nothing. It was just that it sold out. I'm like, fuck.
You're like, God damn it, I gotta get it.
That was like one of the last like real FOMO moments I had. I'm like, shit.
Well, I mean, at least you're collecting them. At least the hobby's still kind of alive, and there's a passion behind all of it. And we did get Lane to PO something, so hopefully we'll see here in 2 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 2.5 years probably if this going right.
But
I mean, the earliest it's supposed to come, they're not starting to charge me for it until September of next year.
Yeah, so maybe 2030 you'll have it in your hands. But I did want to show.
So when I'm over 50, great.
Yeah. I did before we leave, because we're at 2 hour 20-minute mark. I want to show this prototype of Krypton from one of our custom friends.
Well, it's probably good that Marcos isn't here, because he would be starting to complain then.
Oh yeah. So it's just
he's anti-crypt. He's anti-Krypton.
Yeah.
If he starts seeing like snow or shards of any kind of crystal or anything, he starts almost his head's twisting around like
this
Exorcist.
This Krypton goes with the Ultraman this group made.
Oh, so nice. Oh, dude, I like that. That looks like Crypto Dog from Hell.
So as you can see, there's 3 swappable portraits. One of Brainiac's robot's head. It does light up. So that's kind of cool. I really like the way that looks.
It's funny. I was going to ask how that Ultraman was actually going.
Well, no, the Ultraman's already shipped and done. This was just kind of a Krypton companion piece for it. I think it's looking great.
Oh, you mean Crypto?
Crypto. I say Krypton.
You keep saying Krypton, which is what would make. I was like,
well, that's like last week when I kept saying Carl instead of Carol. So yeah, I get these things mixed up from time to time.
I think this looks badass. I just wish Crypto was whiter. Isn't usually like just pure white?
Well, this is the evil version of him. So
I think. Probably... Well, no, the body's going to stay. The heads change. There's 3 portraits. I believe it's just the way they took the picture. So we'll see when they have more images of the prototype. We'll see with better lighting. Let's just say it's not all dark and shady and stuff like that.
Those. I mean, I love dogs. Those 2 other portraits. That's like spot on to a fucking dog, dude. Like, no, those are fucking good. Those are good.
No, see, Jacob, right now, I just want to see Will go to that current Crypto and keep calling him Krypton, and then we would see what would happen to him. I mean,
I think this is cool.
William would probably be in 5 or 6 pieces, especially if that's Ultraman's dog, because
especially
I don't want to know how much that dog would probably tortured and turned into a ravenous monster.
No, but this you can look. You can use this with any quarter scale Superman you have. Hell, you can even use it with a 1/3 Superman if you because dogs come in various sizes. So this could be a James Gunn Crypto. So I just wanted to show it. I think it looks great. Just like Jake said, it's spot on to like a real dog. It's looking really good. Very, very promising. I just want to see it without all this dark shading. Like, it's just the lighting's very dark. The eyes light up on this piece, so that's kind of cool. It's got
that's scary as fuck. That's one of the coolest light ups I've seen. I'm not gonna lie, because that's creepy. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope piece. I'm super excited. Hopefully, I can get maybe one of these pieces in, and I could do a live unboxing of it. I do have Hush Superman up on top, so I think they would look well together, personally. So we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys this piece. Hope you guys enjoy that little sneak peek of Crypto from Krypton from Crypto.
But again, that's why custom company, they're great, because most other people aren't going to do a Crypto. Just a Crypto standalone? No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was the best part of it, right? Because if you need one, you could have one, and it's just going to be sitting there with any Superman you have. It's a dog. It's going to work with any Superman you have. Now, I remember the original concept. He was going for the New 52, which was like a wolf head, but it just didn't work out with the swappables and the body. It's like you got a wolf's head and a lab body. It just doesn't work. So they changed things up, and I think it's way better the way it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the New 52 stuff personally. Even though I do like some of the older stuff, I just prefer the art in the New 52. It's just something that, really resonates with me. But it wasn't going to work like that. So if you do collect custom New 52 pieces, which I haven't really seen much, and I don't know if that would be a good seller for people to kind of invest in doing, I would like to see Crypto with a New 52 version. So that would be kind of dope. But yeah, that's what I got to share. We are getting close to the 2-hour and 25-minute mark. I want to thank everybody for jumping in. I want to thank Marcos for hanging in with us as long as he could. Roger for so much 3D came in with his input for his Havok. I hope you guys really enjoyed looking at these 2 pieces together, because they really make a great pair. And I want to thank the Legend Lane for jumping in. And Jacob, thank you again for tuning in as well. So anytime we have some more exciting pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have any Lord of the Rings stuff, so I really love to bring you in for some Lord of the Rings stuff if I can.
Don't worry about that, dude. I'm just happy to.
We'll need to one of Jacob's 5,324 pre-orders. We'll need to get him when he gets one of those statues, and we'll need to get him in here.
Yeah, you're right. You're more than welcome, man. If you want to do a live unboxing on the channel, I'm here.
Fuck no, dude. No, my drunk ass will break that shit. No way. No.
The offer's there. It's there. The offer's there, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If I can't go somewhere to do an unboxing like I do with Michael, and I do with some other people, it's great to see you guys out there in different states. Like, hey, let's do an unboxing on your page, and then everybody gets to see more of the stuff because I love doing the unboxing thing. So pretty soon I won't be able to afford to do it, but I love doing it. If I can't buy
until it's time for to do the stream from the cardboard box house, Willard.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody that jumped on the stream with us that are still here. There's Cannavaro, there's Juan, Mr. Popo was in the house, Eban was in the house, so we were in their verse. Walton, thanks for always jumping on the stream and getting in the chat and causing trouble for everybody. So really appreciate you guys jumping in. Trying to see who else was in the house. Oh, Jonathan from the Everyday Collector was here. So thank you, Jonathan, for jumping in. Superhero was in the house. Who else? Just kind of keep going through here. There's a lot of Walton, that's for sure. So it's kind of hard to catch everybody. Jojo Valdez was in the house. Thank you very much for jumping on. I don't want to miss it here. Russell was in the house too, my boy. No, let's see who else. I love giving everybody their shout out because they jump in and they're a part of it. Marlenoid was in the house. Let's see who else. K-Mags24, thank you for jumping in. I will buy It Man 1. Thank you also for jumping in. Because I see some new names here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same old people changing their names like Michael Reyes did. So I think he got caught up with the El Chapo thing, and he had to change his name over here. But thank you again, Andrew MC, Donald 9115. Thanks for jumping on. Ledge in the house. Can't forget Ledge. He's always on the stream, so thank you for jumping in. And I think that's it. So thank you, everybody, for jumping in here at ASV Collectibles. Again, thank you, the panel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see if we do an unboxing next week. I got Iceman still from XM Studios. But because it's a Thanksgiving holiday, I'm not sure if I'll do something because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be busy and they might not be able to watch the stream. So thank you, everybody that's watching, anybody that's going to watch in the future, the guys on the chat, the guys on the panel. Thank you again for joining ASV Collectibles, hanging out with us, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Take care.